Inaluhod tayo.
Whoa. This
Hey,
song.
the
Hi,
song.
everyone.
Wow.
Hi. Good
Hey,
evening.
Hello,
Good to
good
see
evening, happy
everyone.
Friday.
happy
Yes.
Friday.
Hi, Friday,
Friday.
Hello.
everyone.
Happy
So,
Friday!
we hope it is indeed a happy Friday for everyone. We know it's a rough time for a lot of people at this time. And I hope everyone who's watching us are safe and warm. But to everyone who's watching us, and especially who are watching us for the first time, we'd like to introduce ourselves first. We are Bruhaha BL Squad, B Squad, or BBS, and we're comprised of Ange. Hello, I'm Maya. We have Patty. We have Mikey. We have Lance, Nico, and
Hey.
Mark, who is also joining.
Ayan!
Yee,
Wow.
Maki! So
Hey.
on cue.
Sa gitna
On
Sa
daw.
cue si
gitna.
Maki.
Sa gitna daw dapat siya.
No, no.
Tama. Same position eh.
Yan.
Ayan. Okay. Right on your spot.
Very much so.
Correct. And to everyone who has been with us since the past few weeks. So usually, we are your go-to channel for reviews of BLs, GLs, or every other shows that are on uh, online social media at the moment. But things are going to be different this week because it's a different time also for different people. So we will have a Help Catanduanes, that's GSP preview, and I think that's what I also like about this group. And we started doing BL reviews, and we have been shedding light to different stories. We are representing people who are underrepresented, and we are also amplifying the voices of those who need it. And especially at this time, those voices that needs amplification are those who need help at the moment. So, before we go through that topic, ano ba, magkakamustahan ba tayo? Kamusta kayo, guys? It's a rough, it's a
Yeah.
rough day.
Yeah.
Kamusta in your
Yes.
Indeed.
areas?
It is.
Well, who would like to go first?
Yeah, I think for
Yeah.
me I just came yesterday parang I was on rain watch if the water levels will go high. And when I saw it just hit parts of our gate, parang okay. So I parang slept soundly because I thought nah, it won't rise. Unfortunately, when they woke me up, they said nah, the water just got into the house and there was mud everywhere. Because I think it's because of the dams that they released. So God dams, and then there were four, I think, four or three dams that were released during that time. So
Mhm.
usually when that happens, we would get flooded because we're near the Marikina River, we're near the Laguna Basin, so there's a lot heated. And I just came from a long, tiring day of mopping, sweeping, getting dirty. And as the commercial goes, "Mommy, look, I'm dirty, and but I still had fun."
Correct.
Oh my
Pwede kang
god.
pang commercial ng Tide.
Yes, actually,
How about the others? Kamusta kayo? I think Patty was also
Patty.
It's in
Yeah.
having a
Antipolo.
hard time. Mm-mm.
Yeah, because I live near Pilans. We live in the same area. So same dilemma. We were actually since like the wee hours of November 12 we were on November 12, no, November 11, the wee hours of November 11, we are already looking at how we 11 ba? No, 12. Sorry, I got it wrong. November 12 wee hours kasi that's when the
Mm.
storm will hit its hardest, or it will hit Metro Manila. So it was really I was really very anxious because you can hear the swaying of the trees, the howling of
Right.
the wind. So it was really scary. And then when the howling wind stopped at around I think 3 a.m. um it was still scary, but siguro mga around 6 or 7, it started raining, and we were really nervous that water levels are kind of going up na. So it wasn't really a usual experience for me, but we experienced a similar situation back when Typhoon
Ondo.
Ondoy hit Metro Manila. So that was in 2009. But I think we had it worse during Typhoon Ondoy kasi it was
Mm.
I think inside the house it was waist deep. Pero for this one, it was just enough to cover the flooring of our first floor. But then again, still we were flooded, but we had it. I think we still are luckier compared to others na kasing taas ng, I mean, 'di ba? Mas mataas pa sa tao yung level. So there,
Yeah.
'di ba? So we're still very blessed, but at the same time, we also are keeping our brothers and sisters who were devastated, who were affected by Typhoon Rolly, Typhoon Shoni, Typhoon Kinta, and Typhoon Ulysses as of recent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Correct. And I think even if it's 1 foot, of course, you will still have to do the cleaning, the
Yes.
raising of the
Yes.
Oo.
furniture, diba?
Yes,
The
indeed.
mopping after, diba? So,
Grabe. Yes. Yes.
so I think it parang it means that parang whether it's just 1 foot or 6 foot, of course, it's still a problem for everyone.
It is. It
That's
is.
very true. Mine is it's kind of funny because um we didn't have water on the first floor, but there was water on the second floor. And the way that
Mm.
the second floor is laid out, I mean, there's my room, the toilet, hallway, and then my sister's room, right? The water was in the hallway, so we didn't know where the water came from. We were like looking up,
Oh, okay.
and wala namang tulo. And then we were looking like, okay, where else could that have come from? But there was water sa side ng cabinet nila. So I think that it may have come in from the terrace and then moved to the center, which is kind of weird because like, does that mean that the middle part is lower? So that's why it went down that way. So it it was the first time that happened too. So we're completely at a loss for why that happened. But lucky that it wasn't more than that. We lost power maybe for about 15, 20 minutes. November 12th, then that night. Was it the night? That night, yeah. Today's
Yeah, basta
13, right?
Yeah.
So yesterday, yeah. So we lost power yesterday. And now we don't have water. So, but overall, I
And
mean, I think we're still in a
yeah,
good place. We're still lucky because, I mean, it's not
true.
any more serious than that. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, how about you guys? What's your stories, or how did you, because I think some of us are not really affected, but there are some who are. So what have you seen so far? What was your experience during the typhoon?
Ako, fortunately, in my area, there's no flood. Though usually talaga, hindi naman nag-flood dito. But we did not have electricity for the whole day. So, yeah. Sobrang swerte pa rin kasi that was our only dilemma. But then, also the night before, I didn't get enough sleep because of the
Uh,
winds. It was so scary. Like the trees were like having a rock concert. Right. Wala akong makatulog. But then yeah, super swerte pa rin compared to the others.
mm,
Correct. Correct. And similar to Ansham and Sobra, I think it's also the electricity the lack of electricity for that matter that really caused a hassle for us. But siguro ang different side of the story that I will tell is the impact to animals because we have 3 dogs.
Mm,
And
okay.
na-feel ko talaga yung stress nila during the strong winds. So as in when the winds were howling, as in all of them were howling as well, as in they were barking all night long. And then my puppy who has short legs, as in nakaakyat siya sa kama ko, as in nagulat na lang ako, dinidlaan na niya yung face ko, ginigising na niya ako, I think because he was super stressed the entire time. So he slept beside
Oh,
me during the storm.
uh, I know. Kasi they feel the stress rin naman eh. Parang takot sila sa kulot, sa ulan, sa wind howling. Syempre, di ba? Ayan, ang tahimik, guys.
Oh, the wind was howling nga like Elsa daw.
Yeah, like the swirling storm inside. Couldn't keep it in. Heaven knows I've tried. What
How
about
about you, Mark and Nico?
Oh,
Would like
go
to go
Mark.
first. Sige. Well, right now kasi I'm in the condo, so all my stuff are not parang affected naman. So I did not have this experience of parang lifting furniture and hindi rin naapektuhan ng water yung inside ng unit. However, since I live in, I think it's the lower part of the Sukat Road.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the outside is flooded. I think it went as high as waist, or I don't know, maybe gitna ng chest and waist. Ano bang part to? I don't know my anatomy, but yeah. So yun. Well, ako kasi, while looking at it from the point of view na I'm in my unit, no? So while I was looking down on the streets and with the people outside, no, na parang somehow I see na while I am privileged and while I am um, thankful and grateful that I am in a good disposition, I can't help but think na um, there are a lot more people who are challenged by this catastrophe. No? So
Yeah.
while parang although it's very sad to look at, parang I don't wanna talk about how resilient people are because I still hear people laughing. I
Yeah,
still
yes.
see people smiling, but however, um, you can see that their struggles are very real and very intact. I mean, you see them na they would really parang they would ride the makeshift bangka just to cross and just to to go to where they're supposed to go. I mean, part of me is thinking now, where would they go if I would understand if they are stranded outside, if they are parang if they needed to be elsewhere, like to go to their families or to go somewhere. Parang naisip ko lang na it's very parang while all of us are maybe some of us are affected greatly, however we are all still very lucky because I don't want to say some people had it worse, but it gives us it brings us to a better footing on how we can help it brings us to a better footing, better perspective on how we can share with their experiences, no, kasi I think it's very important that while we are very thankful for not experiencing the grave effects of the typhoon, no, we should also be more thankful and show our support and thankfulness by extending our arms, our legs, and all of our body parts to other people. Kasi yeah, we really need support, especially in this time. So, ayun.
Yeah. I think
Okay.
we have. Go ahead, Patty.
No. Nico first.
Ay, well, ako naman parang wala naman masyadong malaking dagok nangyari. Pero I would see on social media yung mga nangyari talaga. Especially sa mga aso talaga. Like, I'm a dog person. And I would see like, alam mo yung nag-viral, bigay yung dog na nasa ibabaw ng bubong, dogs being left behind, naka-chain pa at lahat. Alam mo yung mga ganyan eh. You would see people also getting drowned. Alam mo yun, sabi ko, is this going to be like another ondoy for us? Yun lang yung impact sa akin. But buti na lang dito sa amin. I'm not saying we're in a better position, but yung worry kasi, like for other people outside, nawalan din kami ng tubig, pero sabi ko, I couldn't complain eh. Kasi I'm not comparing my situation to others who've lost their homes, but ang sinasabi ko lang parang at this point, let's not complain. I couldn't complain anymore. Parang I'll just have to manage whatever I have at the moment because others, like the rest, have lost basically everything. Like bahay nila, even na pagkain nila, iniisip pa nila at this point. No? Pero magpapasalamat lang siguro tayo sa mga taong malalaking mga puso, no? Parang for donating. Hindi sila nagdalawang isip talaga mag-donate at the end of the day, no? Yeah. So yun.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's good na rin kasi the shows that we're watching right now are all moving towards donations, helping out other people. Let's say like the show that we're tagged in today was Gaya Pelikula. Their neighbor,
Mm.
Hey Neighbors, they're all
Hi,
doing
neighbor.
they did like a banlaw sesh for that
Yeah.
same cause, and I think they're doing it for the neighbors around their cities. So for us, we chose Catanduanes because
Mm.
Mike is also from there. I have good friends who
Mhm.
are from there too, and I've seen their stories wherein like they were recovering from Rowley, wherein they built their houses, but suddenly Ulysses came in and washed it all away. So can you imagine the despair in their faces after? So that's where my friend comes in, Nico, and the rest.
Mhm.
I think their
Okay.
project likes to the project is called Buy a Plant, Build a Home, wherein they
Mhm.
want to do that kind of project wherein you buy a plant or given cash, and in
Mhm.
that way you'll help build a home for the people in Catanduanes.
Cool. Okay.
And I think those, and then my two good friends are actually Noreen and Jarna, who'd be joining us in a few.
There you go.
Hi, hi,
So,
Hi,
Doc.
Dom.
Guys.
Bye.
Hello. Good
Hello
evening
po.
po.
Good
Hello,
evening.
ma'am.
Oh.
Good
Hello
evening.
po.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Medyo choppy si Doc.
Kamusta po kayo?
Ah,
Yes,
How are you
kamusta
guys
po
in
kaya,
Catanduanes?
Doc Noreen?
How's Catanduanes and how are you?
Yeah, still recovering.
Mhm.
Kakatapos lang ulit nung Ulysses. So, very bad talaga yung nangyari. And although
Mhm.
we're here in Manila, but our relatives are there. Tita John's driver is also from there. So, we're really kind of connected. I grew up there. I spent my elementary and high school in Catanduanes. And I have a clinic there. I go on duty there, and uh, we went there, Lance, no, like
Yes, we did.
2 or 3 years ago, and it's really a very beautiful island. Very how can you describe it, Lance? Based from a non-Veracnon point of view.
Yeah, it's like you could feel the very homey and towny place in Catanduanes. Like you'd see the mountains, you'd see in Batanes, you'd see waterfalls, you'd see a good beach. You could surf there too. So it's a good activity place, and I felt like it's a good. Yeah, that's actually my photo of what they call the Binurong Point. It is a good hike going up there, and it felt like you're in Batanes. And the next slide would be they also have a surf spot there, which is called the Puraran Surf Beach.
Mm.
So nice.
But what we did with Doc there, we actually did shots for Pili, and that's the Binurong Point. That's one of the views there that you would see. So it's really beautiful if you get there. Even if it's around ilan hours in Doc, 7 to 8 hours by land,
No, it's around
or 10,
8 to
8 to
10
10 hours.
Wow.
hours if by land. But we have planes naman, an hour
It looks beautiful though.
plane, yeah. But it's
Yeah.
It
really
is, especially in person, it is breathtaking.
Para siyang calendar ng airline company.
Thank you.
It looks
I took that
familiar.
photo.
Actually.
Nice.
Alright.
Lance, you
Very
don't have the
nice.
photo of the falls. Wala, no?
Well, I was trying to look for that, but I couldn't find it yet.
We have really
Mm.
lots of, but yeah, that's the downfall of it. We are an island. It's around Pacific Ocean, so really the parang talagang daanan siya ng bagyo. So that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's part of the Bicol region, but it's one of the islands that are far away from the Bicol region. So that's a glimpse of what the town looks like, what their people look like
Mm.
before the typhoon.
Yeah, it's really
Right. You
quite
really get that provincial
beautiful.
feel.
The provincial
Mm.
Yes.
feel, the air, it's really quite different from Manila. Yeah, and the food, the balance, super
Oh yeah, the
sarap.
food. And it's all fresh.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
it's really nakakamiss because it's really different now. It's like a ghost town based on the
Oh
picture.
no.
I have a flight, but I
Wow.
canceled I canceled it due to the typhoon. So yeah. So for now, there's really isolate. They are really isolated. Um, no electricity, although the internet is back, but only through data. No internet yet. And yeah, that
Okay.
that picture, there's flood somewhere. Then almost 80% of the roof, 80% of the houses were unroofed.
Oh my
Then
God.
the post, and yun yung the other picture lands, that one, that's one of my staff house. It's
Ah,
really wala na, washed out talaga siya, walang natira. So halos lahat ganon. So yun. So
Oh,
Doc, tama po ba? Umabot ng signal number 5?
the
Is that
signal
right?
number 5, yeah, actually
Oh
that's
my
the
gosh.
strongest typhoon in
this is
20
strongest.
plus years that we
Grabe.
experienced. So I haven't actually experienced a typhoon as strong as that in my lifetime. So yun. um, wasn't there, but a lot of my friends are still there, and it was really scary because you don't know what to do. Everything is flying around, and yeah, you were
Yeah.
isolated because no signal, no nothing for around 24 hours or more. So that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, if we could hear from Metro Manila or the nearby regions how the winds were howling, what more in Catanduanes?
Yeah, the one we experienced
yeah.
the other night in Ulysses, it's really almost, it's around 150 or less than that. The Raleigh is around 300 plus, I think, but it's fast.
Wow.
It's fast. They stayed
Yeah.
for around 46 hours, but the Ulysses naman is slow, but it stayed for more than 12 hours. So it causes more rain. The rainfall is heavy with the Raleigh.
Ma'am, those homes that were affected, where are they staying now?
Mostly they are staying with relatives whose homes were not damaged. There are evacuation centers there also. So, yun.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they really have to find ways. Yung iba, since wala ding mabilhan ng yero, wala siyang mabilhan ng yero for now. That's why we came up with this project with Tita John's, because we belong to a group of business owner, and one of its core value is we help, we give, it's givers, we give for those who needs it. And Tita John's here is the one who is in charge of the charity part of our organization. We helped
Mhm.
before in the Taal eruption, and Tita Jones headed it. And Tita Jones is also very close to Bicolanos. Yeah. Tita Jones, maybe you can
Okay.
explain a little.
Sige.
Well,
Yeah. Good evening. First of all, I'd like to thank you for giving us this chance to be here. This is my first time. Sabi ko, ano ba yung
thanks for
StreamYard na
being
yan?
po.
Yeah. Na-excited.
Anyway,
Kanina pa ako dito, ang aga ko, nanonood lang. Anyway, yeah. I guess because I'm parang kumbaga sila Doc Norin, papunta pa lang, ako pa uwi na. I've been the outreach ministry head of Magis Deo community for almost 10 years. So sanay
okay.
ako tulong sa payatas,
Mm.
etc. Ganon. And even Mindoro, the poorest of the poor. And we have in BNI, the philosophy is givers gain, no? And there is a BNI foundation in the US. It's 34 years na. Here in the Philippines, 5 or 6 pa lang, no? And in BNI, we have a group of ladies who wants, sabi nung isa, can you teach us how to pray and to read the Bible, how the Lord works, because it started with just coloring a Bible, and then now they're praying the Bible, they're reading the Bible, praying, and they asked me, can you teach us how to listen to God? And in one of our
Mm.
meetings, face to face, we've been meeting for 4 months, and then face to face na last weekend. And I was asking them, what is a meaningful life to you? And then coming back from Tagaytay, no, they suddenly, this idea of really helping Catanduanes, how can we make a difference, no? Sabi ko, kahit ako 60 years old na, it doesn't mean I have to retire. It's just re-tire. No? Parang
Yeah.
magpapa-vulcanize ka lang ng gulong. Yeah. Because I attended this, I attended this seminar where there are business, where are there people na talagang they retired na. It's foundry, no? It's called foundry. And wow, sabi ko, oo nga naman. And then I told my daughter, alam mo, let's make a difference. Sabi ng anak ko, mama, 10 years ka na, sige sige outreach. Pero hindi iba, let's make, an impact talaga. And si Doc Noreen is from Catanduanes. I didn't know she's from Catanduanes. My driver, whom I consider anak na, part ng family, is also from Virac, and I saw the pictures, nakakaiyak, warak talaga. And they're staying lang doon sa lola na medyo matibay yung bahay. In fact, I wanted to go. Sabi namin ni Doc, punta tayo doon, sabi ko. And so, itong mga grupo namin, they call them Beautiful Ladies in Christ. No? We started with 6, ngayon 13 na. And then, sabi ko, pangalanan niyo yung grupo, Beautiful Ladies in Christ. O sige, or Beloved Ladies in Christ. And then, yun na nga, they wanted really to help. Uso di ba yung plantitas, plantitos? So they started buying
Oh,
plants, and then eto
right.
na ngayon. Yeah, we will launch this, and in fact I'm in charge with donors, so I called up friends already abroad and here. And even without
Mhm.
plants, they're really willing to help. A lot of people wanted to help, but they do not know how, or
Yes.
sometimes parang takot sila. Paano ba yan? Saan ipapadala? Alam mo naman, no? So yun. And so we're all fired up. Itong sila, Doc, I'm so happy looking at them. Sabi ko, nakakatuwa sila. Kasi I've been in this, long time ago na. And ngayon, talagang, kami, there is the zeal again and the passion to serve again, no? So, thank you talaga, yeah. Ang daming gustong
Mm.
I belong also to Ateneo kasi. So yung isang pari doon na from Albay, just texting he was able to raise 500,000. And then I have a friend who's head of the JCI, no? They raised 2 million. So a lot of people are willing to help talaga. Kasi wala naman silang pinagkakagastusan, walang shopping, di ba? So may pera sila, especially those who did not lose their job, no? And by the way, I have also a janitorial business. Kaya grabe ngayon, puro sila tulong-tulong saan pwede makalinis. So yun.
Mhm.
Thank you talaga,
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah. So ang ano namin, instead of giving the usual na um, like food packs and clothes, etc., we opt to give them a roof for their houses.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
we are really aiming for a big money to raise in order to give to a lot of people. So for now, initially, even with just pledges, we will be sending already the galvanized iron. We will be sending already those things to 200 families to give them
Wow.
to their houses. It's an advanced donation actually.
Yeah.
A very
Yeah.
generous member of our organization advanced the galvanized iron. So we just have to raise the money to pay for it. So, but we are aiming to raise more. So maybe with your help, we can do that. So we will be to those who will be asking to whom we will be giving this. There's somebody there. We have different friends who we choose personally para to choose those families who were really really affected, to prioritize them and to
Mm.
give them to list their names. So maybe as soon as the Coast Guard is ready to ship the Yeros. Kasi ang problem lang doon, wala ding mabilhan. So,
Kabilhan.
we
Yeah.
will buy it here
Mhm.
in Manila, then ipapadala siya
Oh,
doon.
wow. Medyo malayo yung sourcing, ma'am.
Yeah, we have na. It's just waiting to be shipped. It's just, inaantay lang yung biyahe ng Coast Guard. So,
Okay.
yun. Nauna na siya before even we raise the funds. So, it's something that, because kailangan na talaga. Kasi, how can you
Right.
live a decent life even if you have food or anything, but if you don't
Yeah,
have
I don't
a
have
roof
a roof
a
over
roof.
over
head.
your head, wala din.
Right.
Yes.
It's one thing that we really think of. Are we giving food? Are we giving the essentials? A lot of people are already giving that. So we want to make a
Yeah.
difference. We want to make to give them a roof over their head so they can sleep, they can live decently. So it may
Right.
be just a small thing. We cannot provide the whole house, but
Yeah.
starting with the roof, if
Mm.
with a lot of donors also, maybe we can go more than the roof. So yun, di ba Tita Jarns, yun yung
Yeah.
dream natin.
Our experience, my children also, they're into outreach programs. Our experience, no, if you have a specific like, oh, buy this plant and you will be able to give 3 or 5 yero, no? Galvanized iron. Kasi mas
Mm.
maganda alam ng donor saan pumupunta yung pera, no? So just
Yes.
like what we did in Taal, oo. So and then we really go to the poorest of the poor or yung hindi naaabot ng gobyerno, 'di ba? So yun, no.
Right.
Yeah. And we've been praying for this na talagang tuloy-tuloy and naiyak yung driver namin when I told him that Doc Norin said, Tita Jarn, sabi ni Doc Norin, yung bahay ni Arman, itatayo natin talaga. The rest, yero, ganyan, pero yung bahay nila, itatayo. Yeah, the children also are there somewhere in Naga eh. Oo. So yun.
Right. So, ma'am, I'm just parang I just want to get a better picture. Do you know how many people approximately are displaced by the recent typhoon?
Yeah,
And
the,
did
the
are they
exact
being
the
sheltered in
exact
schools?
number, yeah, the exact number we don't have yet the data because now of the lack of communication.
Yeah.
There's really they're going on with the statistics, but upon Senator Gordon's estimate, 80% of the population was on roof. So yun, yung
Oh my
80%
God.
Wow.
damage. So that was
Grabe,
even
80%.
yeah, even those concrete were really na ano din, na damage din. Hindi lang yung
Yeah.
mga yet. So, sobrang lakas ng typhoon. May
Sobra.
stone surge and everything. So, grabe yung ano. Although,
And
luckily, hindi naman luckily, pero hindi ganun kataas yung mortality. Na
right.
nakapag-prepare naman.
Thankful for
Actually,
that.
Catanduanes is always prepared for typhoons. They have
Mm-mm.
typhoon guards. They are when there's a signal, they are already prepared for everything. But they are not prepared for a super typhoon. And
Right.
we didn't expect that it will be really that strong. So yeah, we
Grabe,
are
no?
used to
And
typhoons. Parang ano lang siya eh. Parang dumadaan lang siya sa amin yung mga bagyo. But this one is really something bad talaga. So, yun.
right. And ma'am, I'm just looking at the details for the ways to donate and
Yeah.
such. Pwede naman namin itong i-post sa mga social media namin
Yeah,
mamaya.
sure, sure. By all
Ayun.
means, thank you so much. So there
No
are
problem.
two ways to donate. You can either, especially those abroad, you can donate in cash. Then we have it a website. We have a website. It's ongoing now kasi it's really a parang mabilisang project to eh. But our marketing team is working on it. The website is being created. We will be posting pictures soon and a parang buying site wherein you can buy your plant. We have different plants that are really unique and what do you call how do you call this? Yung mga mahilig sa plant, they know this.
One of a kind.
We have the
Yeah.
big
Exotic.
plants, yeah, exotic
Exotic.
the hard to
Yeah.
find plants. We have the Renaissance, we
Mm.
have rubber trees, we have Monstera. We have a lot of those plants, but we also have small plants for those who can donate even few hundreds. We have plants worth 10,000 or more. So we have that.
Oh,
Depending on how much do you want to donate, but you can also donate in cash. There are two ways: either you donate in cash or you buy a plant. So yun.
Okay,
And with
ma'am.
that, we will be sending you also the picture of the family that you helped and
Yeah.
the plant that we will be sending you with the plant that you bought from the site. So it will be delivered to your house if it's within Metro Manila. It's included already in the price. And those abroad who wants we will those who donated cash, we will also be giving a token of a plant, wherein she will choose if she wants to give it to somebody in the Philippines. So yon. Um, all proceeds will definitely go to those the poorest of the poor, and those who are really damaged, around 75 to 100% damage of their house.
Yeah.
So as we are just as the pa-advance naming donation is very limited muna. So we will just be accommodating for now 200 families, wherein we will be providing six na yero per family for a start. Hopefully we can raise more so we can increase that because we know it's not enough. But for a start, I hope we can make a difference in their life. So yun. Tita
Right.
Jarns, nadagdag ka
Yeah.
po.
Yes. So, yeah, we really considered Catanduanes. Kasi nga hindi daw talaga sila naabot ng mga tulong from the ano. And when my husband was still, I'm a widow, when my husband was still alive, dream ko talaga makarating ng Bicol. Pero it never happened. And I'm already 60 years old. Nakarating na ako sa Switzerland, pero yung pagkaganda-ganda ng Bicol or ng Catanduanes, hindi ko pa narating. So sabi ko, kailangan makarating ako, di ba? Habang makakalakad pa ako. And kasi tatawid ka pala sabi nga ni Doc Island sila. So we're planning na to go kasi as part also of our CSR no sa company. So also a lot of our janitors, many of their came from Bicol, no? Magkakapatid, they work for us. So parang in gratitude, oo, na ganun na lang for many years, 14 years, they've been working for us. Sige, tutulong kami. And talagang when in fact, some of the we are just one chapter in BNI. There are several chapters. And when they learned about it, BNI Cebu, they wanted to help. No, the BNI Cebu, he's connected with a bishop there, so they wanted to help. Some of the nuns has been contacting them, asking for help also. So we're targeting, sabi nga ni Doc, we're targeting a number of families, 200 initially, but after our meeting the other night, parang it will be an ongoing thing na, no? So, kasi hindi tayo mawawalan ng bagyo dito sa Pilipinas Hindi pa nga
Yeah.
nakakabangon yung Catanduanes, ayan na naman, si Ulysses na naman, no? And some of the chapters, they're going to help naman sa Ulysses, oo, yung kanilang ano naman target. But my daughter and son was saying, Ma, ang daming madali lang tulungan yung nandito. Pero yun dun sa malayo, ang hirap, sabi niya. So we better go there. So yun.
Right. Actually, just to share din naman, ma'am, I don't know where the eye of the storm was in terms of the Bicol region, but I'm a native of Tabaco Albay, and we have an ancestral home there, and the roof was torn. The wall, part of the
Yeah.
wall collapsed, and the window shattered talaga. So they sent me photos, and it was a harrowing sight. So I can only imagine how the people who don't have any roof whatsoever or no
Yes.
home whatsoever must be feeling. Kasi parang I'm not even there, but I felt the pain when I saw my ancestral
Yeah.
home destroyed like that. So ano mo yun, parang so for those of you who are watching, I mean, if you're not able to donate or give at the moment, you can go ahead and share. We'll be posting
Yeah.
the details on our social media, so you can go ahead and check it out there. We'll also be providing you a website. So if you can share, that would be enough. At least it gets to more people, and the more people that see it, hopefully, the more people will be able to help Catanduanes. Because
Yes.
sabi nga ni Ma'am, ang layo talaga ng Catanduanes. It's right now, a lot of focus is on the Metro Manila area, but then, of course, there are other fellow countrymen who are also affected severely by the storm, and the help doesn't necessarily get to them as fast. So the more we spread the word, the better. So hopefully we can do that.
Yes. Mm-mm.
Um, Hello, Doc. Ma'am, question po. So, I think so one of the viewers is asking kung yung website ba is
Yeah.
functioning or up and
Yeah.
running. If not, we can probably direct them to kasi hindi yata nila na access pa yet at the moment.
Yeah, we are just doing it pa. It's being website is being
Mhm.
na under construction pa lang siya. Kasi nga nagmamadali. But maybe
Okay, ma'am.
as soon as give us 1 or 2 days, it will be up. So, but mauuna muna yung Facebook.
Okay.
Mauuna muna yung
Mhm.
Facebook.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
hindi yata nalagay yung contact number ko. Maybe you can
Yeah.
type it once, may contact number there. So if they have any question, they can they can
Get
ask
in touch with Doc.
Contact you.
Yeah.
touch with me,
Yeah.
and we will be sharing. I'll be sharing with Lance the Facebook page as soon as it's up na.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, everything we
Okay,
did
ma'am.
today, sobrang mabilisan. We went by kararating ko lang actually sa Tagaytay. So we went
Okay.
by plant buying today. So
Mm-mm.
garden of one of our kids who
Wow.
will
Yeah.
be where we will stack the parang gubat siya ngayon. So yun,
Mhm.
we
Hi,
buy plants
Arzaman.
for that. So yun, it will be ready
Yeah.
for tutorial in a day or two, so our website will be up na. But those who are ready to take cash, they
Okay.
can already do that. It
Yeah.
will be
Mm.
of help na because aside from the yero, they also need wood, they also need nails, mga
Nails. Yeah.
things also. So pinauna pa lang naman
Okay.
namin
Okay.
is the yero and the nails. But yun nga, naisip namin ano yung kakapitan ng yero kung wala nung wood. So we also did.
Right.
So yun. It will be to follow. We hope we can do something about it ASAP para they can build na their house. So yun. I think they will be building
Mm.
their house on their own also kasi wala ding makuhang trabahador kasi everybody nasira talaga eh. So they are working on their own house. Yung iba
Yeah.
ginagawa nakatapal na lang ng what do you call that in Tagalog? Yung trapal kasi tawag sa amin eh.
Nakatrapal na. Mm-mm.
Trapal. Yeah.
Trapal din sa Tagalog.
Mm-mm.
Yun, tinatakpan na lang muna nila ng trapal yung mga bahay nila. So,
Yeah.
para lang kahit paano may masilungan, makover yung mga konting gamit na nasave. Pero yun, totally talaga sobrang devastated. Even the hospitals were damaged. So,
Oh yeah.
mahirap.
Oh my God.
Since nagsabay pa siya sa pandemic. So, sobrang mahirap. Sobrang mahirap. The government is limiting entry also. So, it's really very strict now because there's no electricity. Very limited yung COVID ward. So,
Okay.
monitoring will be really difficult for the doctors. So, talagang nililimit yung pagpasok. They only let those who will be uh, giving the relief. Yun, hindi na makapasok yung iba. So, yun.
Now my
Yun.
question po ako. So the ones that will be provided with the Arrow, are these families or will you also be providing to hospitals, schools, and other establishments?
For now, it's families. We targeted
Families
first
muna.
the
Yeah.
families, 200 families to be exact.
Wow, that's a lot. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Ayun.
And it's
So
advanced.
And that's really
advanced.
and that's
we are
really where
really
it starts, the home.
So we are really
The
actually,
home. That's right.
for one of our member who advanced the yero without payment pa, di ba, Tita Jarns?
Yes. Because BNI is a group of business owners lahat eh, helping each other grow their business. So we have an architect, we have an engineer, we have somebody who builds. So yung mga connections nila. So and Doc Norin's our president now, BNI Elite. Isang tawag lang ni Doc, can you give us ganitong yero, ganyan-ganyan. So There's so many people has generous hearts naman. And this
Yeah.
pandemic really has taught people to be generous. Parang, anong gagawin mo sa pera, di ba? Hindi ka makakapasyal, wala. So, natuto mag-donate, no? Natuto maging humble and all, no? Yeah. So, we're really helping each other sa BNI. Doc Noreen, one of these days, you may invite them, di ba? Sila, no? Sa BNI.
You visit our meeting para you will know how we do things and how we
Mhm.
help
Mhm.
people and how we help each other. Kasi we are a group of business owners. We don't pay each other, but we help each other grow our own
Mm.
business. So, yun. Um,
Right.
like a community of business, all are business owners. So you are really dealing with professionals, with those who really understand um, the processes of doing business. Kaya they are really easy to deal
Mm.
with. If you deal with business owners who supplies these things, they will give it to you without, since you belong to a chapter wherein you trust each other, because one of our core values is building relationships. So we build
Mhm.
relationships in our chapter and we do trust each other. And when you trust each other with one just ask, you can have it. It's really,
Yeah.
minsan maiiyak ka na lang eh, na parang talaga, parang ano, nag-meeting lang kami, yung group namin na nag-organize nito. Sabi, let's
Oo.
call it here if we can advance the Yero without payment pa. Wala siyang sinabi, o sige, kailan nyo kailangan, ilan, gano'n. Then, okay, i-arrange na lang daw namin yung logistics and that's it. Ganun lang kadali. So, okay. So, hope we can
Mm.
raise more so we can help more. Kasi
Yeah.
200
Yeah.
families is very just a small percentage of those
Yeah.
Yeah.
who
Yes.
yeah. Sobrang konti pa lang yun.
Yeah.
It's
Doc, let's just say na, sorry, let's just say na there's someone who wants to advance the payment but wants to buy a plant while the site is down. Can they do that? They just
Yeah,
text
yeah.
you regarding that?
yeah. We can send pictures. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
I have another
Yeah.
question, ma'am. For those who
Yeah.
will be interested to buy the plants, then do we have any limitations on the location? Like, do they need to pick up the
Mm.
or
No, we will
can they
send it
arrange it for
to
delivery? Ah,
We
we
will
okay.
have
deliver.
actually we have a vendor
Wow.
also who ano is service, so logistics is not
Mm.
a problem for us. It's everything
Nice.
is donated by
Mm.
members.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. Ang cute na
For
kaganyan
sure.
si Nika.
I have
Yeah.
Yes.
another question
Si
po.
Patty has a question, I think.
Opo. Okay, so
Yeah.
should any
Uh,
of our viewers be interested in donating in kind, would that be possible? How can it be sent to you, and what are the donations that are very much needed by our brothers and sisters in
right.
Catanduanes?
Yeah,
Mm.
that's why we opted for cash or buy a plant, because we are just aiming for the Yero.
Mm,
So,
I
isa
see.
lang talaga yung intention namin ngayon, to build a roof. The
Mhm.
other things, if you intend to send in kind, like for example, groceries or ano, we have another chapter, we can direct you to them.
Yeah.
Uh,
Mhm.
they
Okay.
will accept it.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, we can arrange for it. But for
Yeah.
now, for our group, since we are aiming to build a roof, so either you buy a plant or you donate in cash for us to
Okay.
buy
Okay.
the Yero. So
All
yeah.
right.
Okay.
Thank
Mm.
you very much.
Doc, Doc,
Yes.
siguro, I think we are definitely open to helping our brothers and sisters in Catanduanes. I think that's the ultimate goal naman, no? Pero
Yeah.
siguro para ma-excite yung mga nanonood out there ng mga plantitos and plantitas, ano ang mga halaman na pwede nilang makuha?
Oh, actually hindi pa namin na-picturean, pero if you know
Okay.
Renaissance, we
Yeah. But
have
we have na,
Renaissance.
no?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have Renaissance around, I think, 20 plus on stock now. And it's
Okay.
around, uh, siguro mga 7 foot tall na siya without the pot.
Mhm, mhm.
Ah,
Ganun siya kalaki.
Okay, wow.
We
Right.
have rubber plants na, ano
Rubber
din,
plants,
mga
okay.
7 to 8 foot din, kataas.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
have the bonsais, it's very we have also arrangements. We have arrangement because we
Yeah.
have a lot of interior designers in our,
Wow.
so we
Chapter.
have
Mhm.
in our chapter, so we have a designer garden, a garden in a dish. We have that also. So we are
Cute.
really excited to take pictures of it. Hopefully
Okay.
by Monday it will be up soon. But yeah,
Okay, ma'am.
you can share already the the poster and
Mm-hmm.
Okay, ma'am.
you
Siguro, Doc,
yes.
well, siguro,
Sure.
once you have the website and the Facebook up and running, no, we can definitely let our viewers know about that. We'll immediately post this on our social media accounts para naman
Mm-hmm.
Sure,
Right.
sure. Of course, we will.
Absolutely.
Thank you so
and
much.
Yeah.
manoted. Well, ultimate goal is basically to yeah.
Pero siguro I just want to get a better picture of what's happening in Catanduanes, ma'am. I mean, how are
Mhm.
the local government units and other private individuals or organizations helping with the efforts in Catanduanes?
Right.
A lot of help are coming in. The problem is, with the latest news I have read, the least
Mm-hmm.
percentage that were given relief operation is Virac, and I don't know why.
Mhm.
Uh, I don't
Mm-hmm.
know why. What's the reason behind? I don't wanna quote anything na mga nababasa ko, pero yun. Among the ilang towns ba kami? A lot of towns. Virac is the lowest one who received the relief. And relief
Okay.
now are just being given in terms of goods. Goods lang.
Mm-hmm.
Wala naman akong nababalita pang nagpagawa ng bahay. So, yun. Anyway, so that's why in our group, we really brainstorm on what to give. Kasi before
Right.
talaga ang plan din namin is grocery packs. 'Di ba, Tita
Yeah.
Jar? Naka-ready
Yes.
na kami mag-pack eh. Naka-ready
Yeah.
na kami mag-pack. Kasi a lot, since everybody in our chapter are business owners, so they have a lot of things to give. And we can just pack this and send. But will it make a difference? Will it be something
Yeah.
that mauubos lang kasi yung food eh. Mauubos lang yung food. And a lot
Yeah.
of the reliefs are the same thing. So
Okay.
that's why we think of building their home rather
Yeah.
than giving this. To
Yes.
make really a difference, to make something that will really show them that we really care. We really want
Mm-hmm.
them to be safe. We really want them to have a roof over their head.
Yeah.
Right. And I think
Parang,
that's also
yeah.
very smart because it also somehow manages the, I guess, the distribution of people, or rather the maintenance of people. Because if, for example, everyone is displaced, then they'll all be staying in one place. So, alam mo yun, with the pandemic happening and also with the
Yeah,
lack of,
true,
I guess,
true.
people to be able
Yeah,
to manage large crowds, or maybe there's not enough space. Maybe, I mean, is there a stadium that can accommodate all those displaced people?
no,
I don't
it's also
know.
broken. Yeah,
Exactly. So, I mean,
Oh.
if these homes, or at least if they have roofs over their heads, even if they don't really necessarily have walls or medyo kailangan pa ng renovations, at least with a roof over their heads, they can stay in their homes, and that manages, at least the movement of people, the spread of, disease or
yeah,
whatever.
especially yeah,
Yeah.
true. That's you're very correct. Kasi um sa evacuation area, sobrang walang social distancing yun eh. So the
Yes.
more na mag-spread,
Mm.
the more nakakalat yung magkakaroon ng additional problem other than wala ka nang bahay,
Exactly.
naka-COVID ka pa,
Yes.
diba? And
Mm-mm.
ang
Yeah.
problem sa amin, wala nga siyang kuryente.
Walang
Walang
kuryente.
kuryente.
Yeah.
So they estimate that as siguro earliest na daw magkaroon December. Baka mga 1 month pa.
Wow.
Wow.
Kasi
So how
nakatado
about the
sila.
water situation, ma'am? How is that going?
Those who can afford have generators. But those who can't, wala. Nakakandila.
Yung
So,
water, Doc. Mm-mm.
yung water,
Ay, water naman.
meron
Yung
naman ng
water naman.
water. But,
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, we were planning also, di ba, Doc, to give yung solar power, parang ganun, per
solar,
barangay. We will,
yeah.
oo.
Oo.
Kasi
We're
may
thinking
mga
of it.
owners kami, business owners na yun ang business nila. So, we'll see about
Yeah.
that, oo.
If we can do
Actually, we're
that.
targeting only 1 million. Maliit lang yun eh. Kaya sabi namin, no, this will multiply. I mean, if we will not limit ourselves to 1 million, no? Kasi
Yeah.
I'm sure I mean, I've been praying for this, we've been praying for this, and this is really God's work for us na gawin, no? So our group, Beautiful Ladies in Christ, sabi nga nila, Beautiful Ladies, we meet every Wednesday and we pray. So hindi naman pwedeng dasal lang lahat. Action na, di ba? 4 months kaming nagdadasal, etc. ganon. And we always ask, Lord, is this what you want us to do? So my prayer is always like that. So, and discernment and all. So I think parang tugmang-tugma because my daughter who likes to celebrate her birthday in Virac and has a classmate, she's been contacting her, pamangkin pala ni Doc Nurin, anak ng dating congressman. Yeah. So everything is falling into place. And then somebody from BNI Cebu, oh, you can go directly to Bishop in this place. So alam mo na, parang, so it's really, parang everything is really falling in place. So we continue to pray that this will really prosper and will really help a lot of people, no?
Yes, we hope so too, Mom.
Yeah.
Just let
And
you know.
Mikey, nakapag-raise na nga si Father James Gascon. He's from Tabaco. He's from your place. Imagine through text lang, he was able to raise 500,000 and tuloy-tuloy pa yun, ha? Through text lang. So, because really nasira yung simbahan ninyo doon. Antibay daw nung simbahan pero nawara.
I know, I saw photos, I saw a video. There was a drone video and they showed parang the roof was stormed. And that's the oldest church in that area. Alam mo yun, like super talaga. 1800s pa siya. So yeah, hopefully it's restored. I know that it can't go back to the way that it was, but hopefully they restore it in such a way that it will still be a house of prayer and safety, especially for people these days, diba? I think they're looking for that. Alam mo yun, parang it's different when you see a house of a church or a house of prayer, parang damaged kasi parang hala, this is supposed to be protected by God. Ayun yung mga ganung bagay, parang yung mother na utak mo. Pero oh my God, so parang gano'n yung mga. So yeah, hopefully that gets restored and soon. Ayun. So just to also, I want to sort of like picture, how many, or what is the total number of the population basically in Virac or in the area that you are helping?
In Virac, wait, let me check. For now, I'm really not sure of the number. I but here in Wikipedia, it's 73,650. So I don't know. 73,650 in Virac. I don't know if when was that, but that's estimate also. That's it.
Yeah. So if we're talking about 200 families, and the usual number of family unit is 4.
Around 5.
They have 2 twins.
No, bigger in our case. It's
bigger. Oh my God!
5.
So 5 times. That's about 1,000 people that will be helped. So malaking bagay na yun.
Yeah, but that's so
it
little.
is.
So if we can reach a lot of people through you, it will be really, really of help. Yeah. I know you guys are the age of the technology. How do you call it? The millennials. So yeah, kami kasi ni
Hindi naman
doon kami sa mga part na wala pang technology nung time na. So yun.
Kasama ko dyan, ma'am, sa mga feeling millennials. So ang tawag millennials.
Tama na rin kami sa ganon. Meron pa ng ganon, millennials.
Yes,
Balita Giants, doon na lang din.
Millennials.
Boomers. So yun. Actually, you can really help us just by sharing and what do you call this? Well, how do you do that? Sharing and
spreading the word.
Yeah. We will be releasing also a video, a promotional video for that. And I'm sending it to Lance para maka-share. And we will be really honored if you will be attending our meeting. And so we can thank you. We can thank you
Oy.
there, and we can let the other people know you. It will be really an honor. So you will also know how we do things. It will be also a great experience for,
I would love that.
especially those for who are really interested in business, who really want to be your own boss, diba? If you are employed, so you can
Mhm.
get to know this business owners. These are really not just business owners. They are the CEOs. They are the owner of the company. They are big companies there. So it's really a big opportunity. Tita Jarns is janitorial service, is the one serving PLDT, the one serving, anong hospital niya, Tita Jarns, yung siniserve niya? Medical
Centuria Medical
Centuria,
Center.
yeah.
Yeah,
Big
and
hospital.
na-pending lang yung bidding sa TMC. Yeah. I was referred to PLDT by a member of BNI, no? And by the way, my book, my story, nandun yung Philippines. It was launched during this conference, international conference ng BNI. And my story was there in that book. It's about the janitorial business in the Philippines and how fulfilling the dreams, yun, ganun. So this is
Yeah.
really my way and our way of giving back, no? Giving back na sa mga
Mm.
tao. Yeah.
Okay.
Tita Jarns got that
Yes.
deal with PLDT for how many millions siya, Tita Jarns?
Um, 44 million contract.
44 million
Yeah.
contract.
Wow.
By just
But
riding
Wow.
around.
it didn't sink in. Sabi ko, hala, mayaman na pala ako. Sabi ko, what
Sana
is
all,
important
ma'am.
to me, what is important is I was able to help 169 people, trabaho. And we're
Big
on our
investment.
third
Right.
year. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
And
happy that my two children are here, no, millennials, because I don't know how to do it, yung mga electronic signature in renewal of the contract, all
Mm.
online because
Okay.
of the COVID. And I
Right.
was, di ba, 60 na ako, kaka-60 ko lang, stay home. Baliktad na eh. Yung mga anak ko na, Mama, huwag ka
Oo nga.
lumabas.
Ikaw
Paano
na
ko
yung
i-meet?
pinapilitan, ma'am.
Yeah. And then, puro Zoom meetings, even I'm guiding seminarians, no? And I'm guiding lay people, spiritual direction. So, puro Zoom. So, I'm so happy my children are here. Kasi paano ko gagawin to? Anak ko, ito na, magre-renew na yung PLDT. Paano do yung e-signature? Yung mga ganun. Pero I'm learning.
Yeah.
It's not too late to learn naman. Yeah. It's continuous learning
Yes.
talaga, no? Mm-mm.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. Very, very
and
important.
it's just like that. We get business by from another member who refer her. So walang
Mm.
bayad yun. They just refer her. Just because we do that. We refer each other. And that's the purpose of our chapter, uh, which is Giver's Gain. When I refer to you, in return, syempre, ano yun good karma. They will also refer you. Parang bigayan lang talaga without any commission, without any payment or something. So parang ano lang siya, good karma goes around. Parang
Yeah.
ganyan.
What goes
Yes.
around comes around. Yeah. Mm-mm.
That's true.
And BNI has been helping the Philippines, pero silent lang sila eh. Ayaw nila ng mga,
Mm.
politics and religion and all. So they've been helping during the
Right.
Yolanda and the Ondoy.
Mm,
Because I was in
okay.
Poland during the international conference, same time this year, last year yun. And I joined
Oo.
the BNI Foundation there and I learned about that they've been helping the Philippines. Kasi yung si Barbers, I don't know if you heard yung Edward, yung barber sa PBB, Pinoy Big Brother,
Mm.
yung father niya is part
Oo.
of the
Oh, si Edward
foundation.
Barbers.
Yung kay Mai, si
Ah,
Wow.
Mai
Si
ba
Okay.
May
yun? Saka
Mayward.
oo,
Si
yung
Maymay tsaka si
si Mai
Edward.
Mai. Si,
Okay.
yeah.
ah,
So, I learned that from my daughter kasi PBB siya eh. Sila yung behind the scenes. So, sabi niya, Ma,
Oh, wow.
si Barbers, palagi nandito yan. Pinupuntahan yung anak niya. Kasi yun yung boyfriend ni Maymay. Nakichismis pa ako, no? So, I met the father there. So, sabi ko, wow, can you bring the foundation to the Philippines? Sabi ko, so yun. So, nakakatuwa talaga. They've been helping people, no? Tsaka nakakahawa yun eh. Pag tumutulong ka, di ba? Pag nakikita ng iba, uy, panay ang bigay. Even small amount lang, dadami yun, di ba?
Right.
Magmumultiply
Mm.
talaga yan.
And I think that's one of the things that we have to change about the mindset of Filipinos. Kasi parang some of them feel na parang, ay, 100 lang kaya ko, pero sige, wag na lang. But, I mean, every little bit helps eh. And if you take that and then compound it, it will eventually
Yeah.
lead to something bigger, diba? So, I
And
mean,
we are
whatever you
also,
can.
yeah, Mikey, we're also teaching our janitors from the little that we have, yung widows might to really share. Like when we
Mm,
celebrated our anniversary, 10 years several years ago, kasi 14 years na yung janitorial business, we
oh,
asked
wow.
them to share. Sa Mama Sapano massacre ba yun? So they
Oh,
really
Okay.
shared that night. Yeah, we invited a Muslim from that place and somebody. And ako, napaiyak kasi punong-puno yung aming room and then yung function room and they really shared. And iba yun eh. Iba yung effect sa mga janitors that they're able to help, no? 'Di ba? From their
yeah.
nothingness, nahirap sila, ganito lang yung pera nila, but they're able to share. So, yun ang dapat maituro din ba, no? Yung,
Yeah. And syempre may sense of, parang fulfillment and also parang contribution to a greater
yes,
good, diba? And that's always something that I think is a good feeling. And also, it
yes.
fulfills some form of deep-seated unconscious need to help people talaga eh. So,
Mm-mm.
yeah. Hopefully, ma'am, like you mentioned, you'll be putting up a video that will parang show what's
Yeah,
happening or how the
Yeah.
is going, diba?
Yeah.
How the initiative is going. Maganda rin yun because I remember this story. You guys know the yellow boat of hope? Parang there
yeah,
was this guy.
yeah, about,
Yeah,
yeah.
diba? So there was this guy who did a video in a far-flung area about kids who needed to go to school, and they were getting wet. So their clothes were getting wet. Their homework was getting wet. So what they did was they showed a video. They posted it on Facebook, and then people started putting funds together. So they
Yes,
were only supposed to get one boat, but as of I think last year, like the
yeah,
last quarter of the year, they had more than 5,000 boats, and they were servicing other
yes,
areas. So parang every little bit counts, and the moment we start doing something and helping each other, I think that's gonna get bigger and bigger. So maybe the goal is 200 families, but the more people help with the little that they have or
yes.
what they can provide, maybe those 200 families can become 500 families. So we never know, diba? So it's all about just the giving. Yun.
Yes, giving talaga.
Yeah.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
maganda rin sa kanila kasi parang sa website nila merong running count, like how many votes do we have now. So parang if it keeps going up and going up, I think that's also in a way encouraging people kasi parang okay,
Mm.
let's bring up that number, yung mga ganung bagay.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, we
Especially
will
Kasi,
have
Filipinos
a
kasi ano
countdown,
tayo,
tama.
competitive.
we will
Yeah,
have a countdown. Parang, oh,
yeah. That's a good
parang,
idea.
yeah,
Yes.
parang ilang hundreds or thousands na lang to reach 1 million. Parang meron.
Yeah.
Mm.
We will
Or how many
discuss
families
about that.
helped, di ba?
Yeah.
And then maybe next
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
goal,
That's a
alam
good
mo
idea.
yun?
Yeah, we will do
So
that.
parang ganun.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you,
ma'am.
Mikey, for that. We
Parang
will,
dashboard.
Yeah, a
thank
good
you for
idea.
that.
Yes, oo.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. And we're
Pero
excited to
ma'am,
see
And
that.
yeah.
Doc, sir, and Miss Jarno, I think we will continuously promote and parang let everybody know naman. Kasi we do
Ah,
our
thank you.
live sessions naman every time. So this is our way to give
Yeah.
Yeah.
back then. So
Yeah.
just kung maliit lang na bagay yun for us, parang we have around siguro average 40 viewers whenever we go on live. So we'll just have
Wow.
this session flash lang namin yung details ninyo. Once your website and your Facebook is up and running, we'll let everybody know naman definitely.
Yeah.
Siguro ako parang we'll just have them keep them excited siguro. Kasi
Yes.
may nagsasabi dito na parang
Trending.
gusto nila yung plans kasi I think more than just 'cause it's not just the exchange it's probably the memento I guess of donating may mga
Yeah,
ganun-ganun
the
kasi tao
symbolism.
Yeah.
the
Symbolism.
symbolism
Yeah.
exactly, no? So I think that's their way of telling themselves na parang I was able to like give something to people. Ang iba naman,
That's right.
hindi raw sila plantito-plantita, they'd
Yeah.
rather give. So okay lang. Either way,
Okay rin lang
we're here
yun.
to help.
Yeah, they
Yes.
can choose to kung kanino nila gusto ibigay. If they want to buy a
Yeah.
plant,
That's
they can
true.
choose kung kanino nila pwedeng gustong ibigay. If they want to give it to their
Yeah.
girlfriend, to their wife, diba?
Mm-mm.
Magandang gift for Christmas. Nakapag-donate ka na,
Yes.
tapos may gift ka pa.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
something
Yes.
different. Yeah,
That's
something
right.
different.
And
And
siguro,
also,
And,
just in
yeah. well
Yes, Mark.
curated talaga yung plants namin. We really uh, exert an extra effort for this. It will not just be an ordinary plant that you can see in the market. It's really something that we had this dishes na talagang parang ano siya, parang art.
Yes.
So it will be something different.
Yeah.
So
Pero
yeah.
Doc, itong mga halaman ba to? Baka last question na to on behalf of the viewers ng Plantitos Plantitas talaga. Are these
Yeah.
indoors or outdoor plants?
Mostly indoors. Kasi yun naman yung
Indoors.
choice.
Ah,
And we all live naman, halos lahat, di ba? Condos and
Yes,
townhouses.
that's right.
Wala tayong masyadong garden. Si Tita Jarns lang malaking garden. Anyway,
No, I,
so,
I just live in a condo and nandyan lang sa balcony. Yung mga,
Yes.
but in the old house, magaling yung may green thumb si Arman, yung driver. So nandun lahat
Mm.
yung mga halaman.
yeah,
Yeah.
meron kang malaking garden, Tita, di ba? Doon sa isang bahay mo,
Yeah.
madami kasi siyang bahay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ayan.
Pero
The
Doc
more
and Miss Jarn,
bahays, the more plants.
correct.
Yeah.
Pero Doc and Miss Jarno, I'd like to thank on behalf of the group PPS, we'd like to thank you for really accepting our invite kasi naghahanap kami kahapon lang at the very last minute kung sino yung beneficiary namin.
Oh, see.
Oo. So we'd like to thank Lance Lucas for finding you.
Connecting us with
Definitely.
you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Where's
Maraming
Lance?
salamat po.
Thank you, Lance.
We also would like to thank Lance kasi parang in 5 minutes, ginawa niya yung logo namin. Thank you so much.
Siya pa ba? Matulis yan, ma'am. Matulis yan, ma'am.
Ako, Lance, pahingi ng logo. Wala kaming logo.
Graphic designer namin yan, ma'am.
Yeah.
You know what? Kinikilabutan ako. Nothing happens by accident. Imagine you're looking for
Yes.
somebody and here we are na talagang, uy, let's gather our thoughts na kasi
Yes.
mag-live. Ako naman
Yes,
na-excite. Tinext ko na yung mga anak ko, panoorin niyo naman kami, naka-live kami.
Hi to Doc Kid. Hi. If
Yeah.
you're watching.
We can share actually this, we can share.
Is
Yes,
this
yes.
recorded,
Yes,
ma'am? We can
you
share
can,
to
Doc.
them. Yeah.
You can
Yes,
definitely
yes, ma'am.
share it. I mean, it's on YouTube
Pero-
naman, so it's it's
Ayan, sa
viewable.
YouTube naman pala. Oo,
Yes, yes.
oo.
Pero
Yeah.
Doc and then Miss Jarno, I think this is really a meaningful and beautiful kumbaga project because it's not just about giving. It's about plant means life, no, at the end of the day. So I think that's the reason also you came up with that idea, no, that we're here to build
Yes.
and rebuild life at the end of the day. So maraming salamat for this concept, for this project. I think we're here to build and rebuild life at the end of the day. Maraming salamat po.
Yes, thank you
Thank you so
talaga.
much.
Thank you. Naiiyak
Thank you
ako.
po.
Thank you talaga.
Thank you po.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If you
Appreciate
need
it.
also spiritual direction or something like, you can call me or coaching.
Sige, ma'am.
One-on-one.
Thank you, ma'am.
One-on-one. Libre.
Yeah, mental health doc. Some
Yeah,
too.
that's totally mental health libre. She will give to our
Aw.
janitors mental health awareness libre.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I
The best
Yeah.
things in life are free. Kaya okay yan.
Yes.
So if you need
Is
also,
that your practice, Mama?
I can provide mental health awareness,
Yeah.
mental health
Nice.
seminars, something like that. I can do that for your group also.
Nice, ma'am. Wow.
You can actually maybe do a session on that.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. If we can. If you're free, Doc.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you so
I'll
much for
make
that.
time for you. No problem. I'll make time for you.
But thank you.
Yay.
Appreciate
Yeah,
that.
because
Oh my
you know
God.
what? The depression, the anxiety, the suicide rate is really rising at this point in time. And
Right.
the age is going low and low. Parang sobrang babata na ng
Yeah.
nagkakaroon ng depression, anxiety. It's really,
Yeah.
super grabe yung effect ng pandemic.
Yeah.
And it's really affecting the
Yeah.
mental health of the people. So yeah, I can help also if you need help for that.
That was also actually something that I wanted to mention earlier. I mean, plants. The reason why plants or plantitos and plantillas are multiplying is because parang plants are actually very calming, di ba? Parang number one, they're pretty to look at. the color is soothing to the eyes. So if you need to rest your eyes, you need to look at something green. And also parang it's something to take care of. So parang it's something that
Yes.
maybe distracts you from other cares or worries. And parang it's something
Correct.
that sort of like gives you a reason to wake up in the morning because you need to water them, take care of them. And syempre,
Mhm.
fulfilling rin na if you see them grow. So
Mhm.
if you're not a plantita or a plantita, maybe consider it, look into it, and who knows, you might
Start.
just be God tier plantita or plantita. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
it's
Thank
therapeutic.
Yeah.
It's therapeutic planting. Yeah,
you.
very
Very
Yes.
true.
therapeutic.
We actually have a
Mm.
garden outside, so you have a lot of flora. Medyo wild na nga sila eh. Yun lang.
Yeah, ours too. Unfortunately, the typhoon hit a lot of them, so we have to
Ay.
try to water all the mud out.
Mm,
Oo
Yeah.
nga, nabaha kayo,
hopefully, hopefully,
Lance,
hopefully.
no? Nabaha ba kayo,
Mm-mm.
Lance?
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Sorry.
Mm-mm.
So,
It got inside the
naglilinis.
Yeah.
house, so I've been cleaning since a while ago.
Mm,
Oh, Jesus.
well,
Yeah.
hopefully, there's no more storms that come our way or any typhoons. And if there
Yeah.
Please.
are, hopefully, nasa labas lang sila ng
Yeah.
Philippine Area of Responsibility because I think 2020
Yeah.
has already reached its quota. So, uh, pahinga naman, please.
Yes.
Right. And in the meantime, we will do our best to spread the word about your initiative and your program. And hopefully, it gets
Mm-mm.
the word out to many more people so that we can all help. Yeah.
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 Thank you so
So
much.
Yes,
we'll just flash the details again here. We'll post this on our social media accounts. Yes.
It's already
Yeah.
posted on our Twitter, so if you guys want to share
Perfect.
it, go ahead and do so. And I also posted the link to the Twitter post on the chat room in YouTube.
Right. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Ayan. So for those of you who are considering donating or helping, the details are there. Just go ahead and check it out. Of course, if you have more questions, you can check out the contact numbers. You may contact Doc Noreen or Doc Charna. And of course, the different ways of donating are also there. So go ahead and check it out. Thank you so
And they do not
much.
have to worry about the delivery. We will deliver the plants in their home.
Mm,
Safely.
it's
Thank
Yeah.
you.
already included in the
Right.
price, di ba, ma'am?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
Mm-mm.
Wag lang outside
Okay.
Yay.
Metro Manila, ha? Within Metro Manila, we will deliver. Baka mamaya
Yay.
Gotcha.
tawagin
Even
ako.
Metro Manila.
Yeah.
Yes.
correct.
Go
Thank
ahead
you
and check
so
it out,
much,
guys.
Dr. Noreen and
Thank
Mrs.
you
Yeah,
Jarna, for
thank
talaga.
you.
joining
Thank
Thank
you.
you so
us.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so
much.
Thank
much.
you. This is just the beginning ha ng ating
Yes.
pagkakakilala ha.
Yes.
Yes.
Oo.
So
Thank
keep in
you.
Just
touch.
keep
And
in
Thank
also,
touch.
you.
Gusto ko
social
yun ha, yung
media.
ganun.
Thank
Thank
you.
Yeah.
Stay
you.
safe,
Thanks,
Alright.
Mrs.
Doc.
Jarna
Ano ba
and
Thank
yan?
you
Thank
Thank
you.
you
very
po.
much.
Thank you,
Maraming salamat po.
everyone. To our
Bye po.
viewers, thank you as
Bye.
well. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Doc.
There you
Wow!
go.
Ah.
Yay.
Wow!
Well, I mean, and I do hope you all get to see Catanduanes when it's over, when you can fly
Yes!
there, because the island's really
Yeah.
beautiful. And
Alam mo,
once you get to the
ganun
house
talaga.
of Doc Noreen too, you love to eat. That's one
Talaga.
thing I love
Talaga.
was eating.
Oo eh. Naku, yan pa naman ang usually pinupunta ko sa mga lugar, yung pagkain.
Yes.
Can we check out the again, the photos? Yan, before, this
I
is
took
before.
those actually. Oh, those are
Ang ganda.
before.
This is so
Ang
nice.
ganda.
This is so nice. Surf beaches. Mhm. So this was pre-storm, no? Pre-typhoon.
That's pre-storm. Yeah, I also took the 4 photos there of the town then.
Oh my god, that's so nice.
Awesome.
Lola, I like the
Yeah, si
portrait.
Lola. Yeah,
You
she
get to
was
see
one
the
she was in the house now where they made pili. If you're familiar with the pili nuts,
Oh
she was one of
yes,
them. She was teaching us how to do it.
it's very
Hope she's
nice.
okay.
Nice.
So very familiar yung mga housing, no? Parang ganyan talaga yung mga
Yeah.
tingin sa probinsya. Everything is so, oh my god, no?
Yeah. So maybe our viewers can also appreciate that while what we had earlier, no, itong buy a plant, build a home, no. Kasi when we buy a plant, we're not only building a home for our brothers and sisters in Catanduanes, but we're also, I don't know, maybe symbolically we're also giving the home of the plant, no? Kasi it brings more meaning to our purchase, if we will call it that, no? It gives more meaning
Yeah.
because our purchase will have this purpose, no? So it's symbolic to while you're giving and building a home for your plant, no, your very much beloved plant, no. Um, there are a lot of families na help natin at matutulungan natin with that purchase. So
True.
yeah, we're really hoping na all of our viewers, hopefully all of our viewers and us included, that will help in this cause to buy a plant and build a home. And if we
Yeah.
don't like to buy plants, pwede naman din daw. So we can also
Yeah.
donate in cash,
Mhm.
and let's
Right.
all spread the love, especially now, no, we really, really need to spread the love, not only for our close knit families and friends, but also to other people, because that's really the center of why we are here, why we're doing this. And while we're talking about love, while it's a very heavy start for us to talk about the
Right.
effects of Catanduanes, well, not only in Catanduanes, because earlier in this episode, we talked about how we experience Ulysses in our homes, no. Let's
Mhm.
also spread the love naman to one thing that I know we all, not only the six of us, but the 54,000 viewers that we have right now.
54,000 ang dami.
Yeah,
Yay!
the
Yes, the
54,000
54,000
viewers.
fans of Maki.
That part.
Maki
That part.
fans.
No,
Because
so this
Grabe,
one thing
guys.
that we love and love and love. So we also love them more, no, when they made an announcement earlier to somehow
Yeah.
not push through with this episode, the finale episode at that for tonight, because
Mhm.
it brings them closer to their purpose, no. So just like
Yeah.
Yes.
what we did earlier, now we somehow extended our platform in any way
Okay.
we can, no, to for a cause na makakatulong sa ating kapwa. They also did the same earlier. I think they did a live
Yeah, they did.
earlier.
They
Banlaw
Yeah,
did.
sesh.
Yeah.
yeah. So, and
Yes,
also not
yes.
showing their finale right now is also one staple thing for them to do, na
Yeah.
to give
Mhm.
the limelight to the causes, to the donation drives here and there, no, one of which nga is what we had earlier, no. So ayan.
Correct. And
Yeah,
I
so
also like the fact that they did the preview, no, instead of actually showing an episode. Kasi parang it
Actually,
brings you back the memories, di ba?
right.
Throughout
Yes.
the
mhm.
previous episodes. Tapos nakaka-shock pa yung caption when they said that we've been together for 7 weeks, or parang 7 weeks has actually passed. And then it will make me think, oh my gosh, I've been
Yeah.
watching the series for 7 weeks
Grabe,
already. And
no?
it's really
Yeah.
kept the same for
Yeah.
7 weeks. And then you'll just get to take another look at the scenes from the previous episode. So parang it gives you
Yeah.
more fulfillment, and it gives you more attachment to the character, especially
True.
when you take a look at what they've been through throughout that 7 weeks.
Yeah.
Right. And speaking of which, since you mentioned taking a look back at what they've been through, what are the best moments for you guys for the series
Mm.
so far? Ano yung mga
Mine were
nagsistand
all
out sa inyo?
mine were all connected to songs. Actually, the first
Alright.
one was
Talaga.
unti-unti. The first trailer that came out, when you saw them together, when you saw the transitions with unti-unti song and the end
Mhm.
credits, so you could see them going closer and closer and closer. The second
Right.
would be when Carl was dancing to TYL alone. Then the other was Carl dancing to Ride Home with Vlad. So it's mostly, I
Mhm.
don't know, for some reason I remember when they combined in songs, and especially the dance scene for O Luna Nasan Ka.
Mhm. Mhm.
Right.
Was that O Luna Nasan? No, no, kung yung magkaibigan o magkaibigan. So I remember
Okay.
all those scenes where music was incorporated together with the scenes.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Very, very true. How about Ange, the rose
Oh,
among
actually,
the
I
thorny?
agree with P-Lance. My favorite
Oo.
were the dance scene. So when they were uh, dancing the magkaibigan or magkaibigan, and they were pretending that they were in the prom. And then actually, my most favorite scene talaga is yung when Carl was dancing to Ride Home. I was so
Yes.
emotional.
Aww.
Yeah.
For me is the parang best scene so far. Well, we're waiting
Yeah.
for the ending.
Yeah, tapos there's also the Ikaw that came from a musical. Parang that really hit hard for me because I know that I know the song too. So I've heard that song. And it really parang, when you hear the backstory to that JP Havoc and JMS were all listening to that song 10 years ago, parang, wow. And incorporating that song into
Oh.
the series they created now, parang wow.
Yeah.
Siguro,
What for me? I sorry, go.
go ahead, go ahead. I'm actually
Sorry.
thinking. Go
So
ahead.
for me, kasi I've been as yeah, we've all seen all 7 episodes as of now, no. So
Yeah.
I really cannot think of parang which I like most, which I like,
Mhm.
because I think I like all. Pero kasi if
Uh,
there are two notable scenes na talagang tumatak sa akin, like, oh my god, kasi I had to pause while watching kasi it's really something na parang feeling ko I cannot continue on parang watching further, no, without exploring my and celebrating talaga my feels. So ano would be
Uh-uh.
Experiential ka
um
eh.
yeah. The first one would be, I have to agree with Ange, no, yung ride home, especially there's this parang 1 or 2 second clip na yung pumasok yung chorus ng "So I'm coming home to you," and
Yes.
then Vlad
Mhm.
opened the door. It's like, oh my god,
Yes.
yeah.
that's so oh my god,
Yes.
kinikilabutan ako. Pero yun yung ano eh, that's one thing na that's really parang as an experiential watcher nga, no, that's one thing that brought me to the heights of my experience while watching GSP. And then the other one would have to be um this specific line, the very famous and infamous for its own reason din line na anong iniisip mo as ayoko nang mag-isip. It's like, oh
Ah,
my
yes.
god.
That. That.
It's somehow kasi it's reminiscent then of how Carl admitted to himself, albeit just himself, will know in the next episode if whether
Yes.
he will be braver than we all want him to be. But anyway, that's really a big step na rin eh, for him, to be brave
Mm.
for himself, to be brave to himself as well. Na admit to himself first and foremost who he really is. So that's really one thing. Though actually, those are two things na sobrang significant and notable for me on why GSP has been at the top of my list. I don't know, maybe will be for years. I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, may I just
Yeah.
share? My
Go.
boyfriend and I had the fight after episode 7.
Why?
Ano yun? Expound. Ano yun?
Any fight
Explain.
naman siguro, no? Hindi
He's
naman
so,
legit fight.
sobrang galit siya kay Carl. Eh ako being,
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
Apologies.
siya kasi sobrang fan siya ni Vlad. So yeah, we had a discussion after the episode. And I was defending Carl's actions, why he acted that way, and blah blah, ganyan. Pero siya parang, I'm not sure if I can say this, pero parang sabi niya wala daw si Carl. Kaya galit siya kay Carl. Tapos awang-awa si Vlad.
Okay.
Tapos nag-away kami. Wala lang. So, yeah. Ganun yung impact ng GSP sa akin.
Right.
And it's the
Right.
first BL show. It's the first BL show na napapanood ko. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Siguro
Correct. It was
for
just something
me,
about the writing of the show. Kasi nga, di ba, parang since they showed the sides of both characters, parang it also made the viewer see both perspectives. So it's also difficult for the people to like take sides. Kasi nga, you understand
Yeah.
one character and then at the same
Yes.
time, you also understand another character. So it's actually how effective the story
Right.
is and how effective the character development is.
Yeah.
and
Right.
I think
Right.
to that point,
Agree.
the way that their characters were developed or their backstories, parang super solid. Alam mo yun? Na parang
Mhm.
Correct.
you, you really get into their psyche. Like parang and it's not, and they don't have easy stories, kumbaga. I mean, we can relate. Oh, hi. We can relate a little bit to Carl because we've all been in that situation wherein parang our parents put expectations on us that we have to fulfill. Pero him, next level. Kasi he's living up to the memory of a dead brother. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
seriously. And then we have Vlad, who, in his own words, he was basically born for a purpose, which is to keep the family together. And because
Right.
the family isn't together, but he felt that he was a failure in that part. So I guess that's also affecting how he deals with relationships. Na parang he wants it to be labeled, he wants it to be immediate,
Yeah.
he wants it to be,
Yeah.
alam mo yun, parang
Mhm.
you can't really fault any of them
Yeah.
or either of them because
Exactly.
Yeah.
you know their backstory, and you know how much it sort of like influences how they think or how they act, diba? Pero yung in terms of moments, you've already mentioned the big moments, you know, the dance, the ayoko na mag-isip, but I also want to go a little bit earlier as well. So when they first met and they were having that conversation in the dining table, so they were talking about the term gay, like it's not an insult, just to
Yeah.
say it.
Yeah.
And
Right.
so I think it was also very, very impactful for me because I mean, it just basically throws out there that people cannot insult you anymore by
Mhm.
something that you are and something that you should be proud of,
Yeah.
right? So that there's that, and I also like the chat in the gazebo. Not gazebo. The
Yeah.
gazebo pool, right?
Yeah, the gazebo, the one with the lights.
Yeah.
Microaggressions. And in fact, that whole
Yes.
conversation right there, and even leading up to and up until the prom scene. So that entire thing. Sabi nga ni Mark, I love everything. So alam mo yun, pero I think yun nga
Mhm.
eh. It's really the insertions or I mean, the inclusion of LGBTQIA plus issues
Yes.
and alam mo yun, parang challenges that I like. Kasi parang we've seen a lot of BLs that tackle the problems and the problems
Mhm.
between two people in a relationship, but we haven't really talked about the greater problem, which is
Yeah.
the challenges that we face exactly
Mhm.
for being part of the community. So I like that
Yeah.
they did put that in there and that it was highlighted in the series.
Mhm.
So, you know,
True.
yeah,
Maya, you're about to say
Okay.
something. Sorry.
No, I was
Facilitator.
going. Oh, yeah. Thank you so much, Share, through the chair.
you're welcome.
No, I was going to take off from what Mike said, wherein parang,
Piggyback.
Take
di ba
off.
parang,
Piggyback.
maganda yung
Take off, piggyback.
piggyback
Bago na.
from what Mike said, na ang ganda ng backstory or character development for
Yeah.
both characters, diba? Which brought me back to the intro scene, diba? Parang it was so
Mhm.
impactful to me. Parang it was such a powerful opening. It was well written,
Yeah.
wherein they said that, did you ever feel that you are a supporting role in your own movie? Parang, oh my God, tumikim din.
That.
Parang,
Yeah.
Yeah.
bakit? Una, matatamaan ka parang, shit, ang sakit
True.
nun. Oo
True.
nga, parang, shit. Parang
Yeah.
it feels like it's actually written for someone else and just so happened that you're the only ones available. Oh
Available.
my gosh.
Grabe.
Grabe. Sobrang that
You feel like
really
an
hit me
extra
hard.
when you
You feel
should
like an
be
extra
the main protagonist.
Yeah.
of your own movie, and now I realize, okay, now that's the reason why they actually wrote that part, diba? Because yun nga, Vlad was actually living a life for the family, and so happened that Carl was also living a life dictated for the brother. So parang doon ko
Mm.
na-realize na, baka ganun yun. Parang they were supporting roles to the lives of others.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And ang ganda.
Oh.
So, and then the
Mm.
opening scene ended in a way where they said that I want to end, or I want to write my own ending. So I hope that
Yeah.
I
Aww.
hope that they
I
will
also like
do for
I
this
also like
last
that Vlad
episode.
said, and I want to be part of it. And remember when he showed that video, there was a message that came with that video. And he said something like, I know that you could have easily written me off, but thank you for
Let it
writing
go.
me in.
Ah, grabe.
Yes. Taas ng boses,
Uh,
Mikey.
I know.
Mariah
Marvel.
Carey.
Sana narinig ng dolphins yun. Yeah. So
Ang
someone
ganda
is
talaga ng
asking,
pagkakasulat. No?
very true.
Yeah.
Someone is asking
Very
bakit
true.
daw postpone yung GSP. For everyone's benefit, the episode was postponed because I think that there was still some editing that needed to be done, and basically
Mm-hmm.
they wanted the members of the production team to spend time with their families because there was just a typhoon. So it's important that we do family time, we help out, and we focus on ourselves. So there,
Yep.
we will
Yeah.
see the finale next week. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Ikaw,
Ako,
Nico, nag-share ka na ba?
hindi pa talaga. Kasi
man,
binabasa ko yung mga comments dito, nahihilo na ako.
sige lang.
Pero joke lang. Di siguro parang ako, just like what Mark said, but I don't really have specific scenes. I think ang dami kong favorite scenes in every episode to be honest with you. I mean, if you look at yung production quality, cinematography, design, alam mo yun, parang it's really the series that I want, no? Parang I'm gonna talk about this
Yeah.
series for like a lifetime siguro, parang pag tumanda na ako at lahat, diba? Pag ikikwento ko talaga. Siguro what I like about the entire series, not just the episodes, is in terms of themes, right? Parang it basically incited us to get into a discourse and dialogue. Remember, parang we weren't just complimenting the series. We talked about microaggressions, sabi ni Mike kanina. We talked about representation. We talked about right and responsible representation, sabi ni Mark, di ba? Parang it really opened the doors to discourse and dialogue, kumbaga, no? Although most of us here would agree that really Gaya sa pelikula is the series, no, at the end of the day. I just think that it's a good series because it opened possibilities. Yun yung naisip ko. So it's my favorite series because it opened possibilities. Possibilities of what? Possibilities of probably making people aware of those na hindi pa aware sa mga ganitong bagay, right?
Yeah.
Possibilities of establishing relationships, di ba? Kasi ako, I felt while watching the series, while watching the episodes, parang, oh my gosh, parang I feel like anything is possible, right? I mean, it's possible that I could meet someone, right? It doesn't have to be a Carl or a Vlad, but I just feel like emotions are so valid. Emotions are organic, right? They just come naturally, and you just have to wait. At the end of the day, yun yung nakukuha ko sa GSP. So for me, parang it's really full of possibilities. Kaya, it opened discourse, it opened dialogue, it opened so many possibilities in life. So it's not just like a particular scene, but it's the entire series for me. So yun.
Yeah.
And since parang we have to admit it is very socially political,
Mhm.
and also very socially aware. But for
Right.
you guys, despite all that, or apart from that, ano yung biggest takeaway nyo so far from
Gusto
this
ko yung
entire
question na
series?
yan.
Mm-hmm.
Ano yung takeaway?
Okay.
Oo.
Okay, Mikey, take it away.
Sino yung nagsabi last week yung go away, go away.
Ako talaga.
Nagsabi yung totoo eh.
Ako talaga.
Diba?
Patty, go
Ayan,
away.
umorder na ako
Patty,
sa
go away.
Patty.
Ayun tuloy, umalis na si Patty.
Or maybe our viewers are kind of looking for Patty. Nasaan nga ba si Patty? Kasi she's kind of busy right now. So don't
Busy ang
worry.
lolo.
She
She
will
needs
be
friends.
she will be very much supportive of GSP. We are 100% sure of that. Okay,
She's still
sige.
part of the group.
Yeah,
Sige.
Mikey, take joke lang.
Ano ba? Ako, ang hirap naman ang tanong na to. Pero I
Ikaw
guess,
nagtanong eh.
oo nga eh. Ako talaga yung nagtanong, di ba? Pero siguro, top of mind is, I think the genre is changing talaga, no? And the messaging is changing. Kasi before, it was all about the kilig. It was all about the giddy feeling, that heady feeling that you get from watching the series. But now, I think what we're getting is really an education. Because I am learning so much, not just from watching the show, but from talking about the show and meeting people who want to share their thoughts about the show. So alam mo yun, parang it's a very good venue and I think platform to be able to send messages across. And I think the message that we're getting here is that we're here, we're queer, and deal with it. And also that we're just the same as any of
Yeah.
you and all of you. So,
Yeah. Wait,
yeah, yun ang
sorry, sorry.
iniisip ko.
Sorry,
Yes.
sorry. I
Sige,
want to
Mark, ano
listen
yun?
to you. I want to listen to you wholeheartedly and give you my fullest attention. Pero sorry, hindi ako natatawa pero nangingiti ako kasi may nag-comment from John na
Oh,
Emmanuel
Yes.
Delgado.
I saw
Oh
that
my God, hindi ko
too.
alam kung paano ako magre-react kasi
ano sabi niya?
Ano din?
11:50
Hindi mo kita.
yan. So,
Ito ba yun?
pakisagot po.
Sino yun?
Pakisagot.
Oh my God! Yes,
Are you threatened by
Yes is the
Are you
neighbor.
threatened by me?
Yes is the neighbor, right? Anna.
Ana,
Anna, is that
umamin ka
you?
na. Ana,
Are
umamin ka
you
na.
threatened by me?
Doppelganger.
Oh my God. That's actually a compliment because Anna's
Yeah,
pretty.
Uy, pareho kayong Scorpio.
yeah, we're both
Yeah.
Scorpions.
Sure.
So
And
to
may
answer the
follow-up
question,
And we're
no.
both responsible.
I'm sorry. Sige. Ano
May follow-up
to answer the
John,
question, no.
saying, hi.
Yeah. We do not have a Yesh Burse yet. Yet talaga.
Sana.
Nakalimutan. Sana soon. But
Soon.
what we do know is Ange here is an ally and she's also sharing the
As-
same level of parang confidence in herself in terms of
Yes.
allyship.
Yes.
So we do
Hmm.
not have Yesh Burse yet, but we have our own Yesh Burse
Of course, of course.
Yes.
And yan.
Okay, and daldal ko. Go. Mikey, take
Kayo
it away.
naman. Nato, kayo naman.
Take it away.
Go away.
Kayo naman. Sige, magka-quiz tayo. O, Ange. Ay, Ange.
Ano ba yan?
Go.
Sige, ako na nga. Like, siguro may key takeaway so far. I guess, I realized that I should be more conscious about my actions. Not just because of the LGBTQIA plus community. Parang kasi in the series, you'll see there that every feeling, every emotion, every parang stand is valid. Parang they all are going through something. They all have parang, diba? They all have parang challenges that they're tackling within themselves. So we must all be conscious about our actions.
Right.
Yeah,
Yes, yes.
I think that's my takeaway so far.
Okay. Ay, kailangan ba facilitator? Okay, Maya, go.
Ano clockwise ba? Counterclockwise.
Si Maya.
Oh, ang hirap. And then, well, actually, dalawa kasi yung characters, diba? Siguro dalawa lang yung key learnings ko. Yung isa siguro, I know kasi their family somehow got in the way. But sometimes while it's good to listen to your family, it's also good to still follow your heart, diba? And at the end of the day, when you follow your heart, I'm sure your family will understand. It will also be happy for your own happiness. And then second, siguro yung learning ko kay Carl, it's, when it comes to sexuality, when it comes to coming out, it's always best to give someone their time and parang let other people take their own pace. It's never too easy to come out of the closet. So why would you drag people out of the closet? So in that case, it's always better to ask. It's always better to feel how other people are feeling when it comes to coming out, and yeah, and give them a safe space at the end of the day. Two things for me.
Ako naman, like, biggest takeaway siguro, napaisip ako dun eh. Siguro parang, you can't force, parang, ang dami kasi ng takeaways eh. I guess, siguro kasi ako, I always thought that every social interaction always has an answer eh. Like black or white lang talaga. Before, I used to believe that, sexuality is just binary. Weird, no? Parang, sabi ko nga, parang it's either homosexual ka or heterosexual ka and that's it, right? And when I was introduced to bisexuality, I was like, yeah, talaga? Totoo ba yan? Or baka promiscuous lang siya and all, no? That was just my ignorant self back then. But, seeing all these queer contents and visual, productions will make you realize that, we are really living on a spectrum, regardless if you're hetero or homo, right? We are living on a spectrum. I mean, you can't be totally straight or gay. You actually play along those. Kasi nga, rainbow nga ang kulay natin eh, di ba? Parang we are all rainbows. Sabi nga na dun sa Soji discussion natin last time, no? Parang the Soji bill or Soji per se is not just for us, no? Yung sa LGBT. It's actually everybody. We are there, no? I think it was also Mikey who said sa isang discussion natin that it's not just for us, it's also for the straight because we are basically on a spectrum. So, ang sa akin lang, biggest takeaway ko from GSP is that you can't assume a person, you can't judge a person, you cannot put a person in a box and say, ito ka lang because you cannot be definite about someone. Eh. Sabi nga nila parang people change every 3, 7, 11 years daw. May ganong parang progression. Hindi ko alam kung totoo yun. But totoo eh. Like every year nga, nagbabago ka ng pag-iisip eh. Nagbabago ka ng pakiramdam eh. Diba? So, people really change at the end of the day. And we cannot be confined in societal norms. People say that you have to get married by the age of 30. Di ba? Usually, ganun ang parang sinasabi sa mga babae. Di ba? Pag 30 ka na, hindi ka na magkakaroon. Parang, hala, totoo ba? Ang purpose ba ng babae, mag-procreate lang, di ba? Nakakalungkot isipin na gano'n, di ba? Pag lalaki, dapat ikaw lang ang provider. By 30, magpakasal ka. Dapat ikaw lang the whole time nag-provide sa family. So may mga ganong breaking the social norms, no? And I'm there, no? I'm there, changing with society and evolving with society. And ipasok na natin ulit si Mikey. Pak! Yun.
Yo.
Oh, yun lang yung biggest takeaway ko.
Tapos na ba lahat?
Ay, facilitator. Oh, Mikey, take it away. Tapos yan na ba?
So ako na.
Ko.
Sa mukhang ako na.
Bumibigay na. Bumibigay na.
Local Wi-Fi is real for you.
Laban Mikey.
Yeah, for my case, I think my biggest takeaway is that something I still believe in, and parang this show emphasized that each person has a story to tell, and you cannot judge a person by the story that they show.
Right.
Face value. So, parang you've seen that through the narratives of Ate Judith, of Vlad, of Carl, of Anna, of Tito Sanz. And we only see some parts of their stories, but once you dig into their full stories, oh, that's why she did this. That's why she did that. Oh, so that's why he turned out to be this. So if you see a person in that perspective, now there's a reason behind, or there's a story behind why she's like that. Maybe we can be a little more empathic or sympathetic for the people around us.
Right.
Agree.
Okay, thank you, Lance. The moderator, take away.
Take away. What's your biggest takeaway from this takeaway?
Okay. Tapos na.
Okay, Maki, take it away.
Maki. Go.
Yeah, while I agree with all that you've said, I don't want to repeat them. You've said them na. Pero yeah, I agree very much so with all your points. But siguro the biggest takeaway for me is you need to be, because it's very hard for people to be self-aware. Some people out there, I don't know, myself included, would, I don't know, rally for being self-aware, but I may not be as aware of myself as other people. I mean, I'm not comparing naman myself with other people or people with other people. It's just that it's my point here is it's very hard to be self-aware, and being self-aware not at the expense of others, because there are other people, unfortunately, they are very much self-aware of who they are. I mean, they know who they are, they know what their purpose is, they know, they very much know their personality and everything. Pero sometimes, unfortunately, it's at the expense of other people, because we sometimes tend to forget that other people have their own experience, other people have their own opinions, their own stories, their own points of view and perspectives. So for me, being self-aware is tantamount. I mean, it's directly proportional. Yes, physics, directly proportional to also being aware of other people. Because you cannot be aware of yourself alone. You need to also channel your awareness with other people, so that we all foster an environment of respect, foster an environment of mutual understanding so that we make this world a better place. Okay, Corona, akin na.
I have a follow-up question.
And world peace.
I have a follow-up question. Candidate number 7. Ganun eh. How...
6 lang tayo dito.
Ay, 6 lang tayo, sorry.
Kasi nag-go away na si Patty, kaya
Oo.
Correct. Nako.
Does those proportions also equate with the laws of proximity?
Sagutin mo yan. Sagutin mo yan.
Oh, Lance.
Ay,
what's your
lalaban.
take?
Lalaban.
Pinasa yun na.
Diyos ko.
Ano ulit yung tanong? Pakitagalog naman.
Nico, I need an interpreter.
Miss Venezuela will require an interpreter.
Mo yan.
Gigiling go ko yan.
Go lang.
Go lang.
Charot. Ano na?
Ano nga yung question? Ay, ako, hindi ko na-get. Sorry. I mean, hindi ko na-absorb agad.
Go.
Kaya pala mahirap sagutin.
Nawala ako, so I wasn't able to hear.
Diba, Sue kept on saying yung laws of proximity. So how those proportion equate to the same laws? Yung proportions that you were telling a while ago. So you're saying it's proportional to something, diba?
Sa akin ba yung tanong?
Oh my God, nawala ako. Sorry.
Ma'am,
Siyempre nakikinig ako kay ma'am. Nakikinig ako sa
I do
kanya.
not know the answer to that question, so all good in Paranaque. Thank you.
I'm good. No
Paranaque
question
din
on my
ako, all
answer.
good.
Zoom meeting lang.
Zoom meeting.
None from my end.
O, hindi ko talaga nag-get the question.
I'm also all good, thank you.
Yung parts.
For that, shout out to Jabel Soriano. Hi!
Yes, hi,
Yeah,
Judiel
sige.
Soriano. Shout out.
I'll answer. I'll try to answer the question with the best of my abilities
Yeah.
of how I understood it.
Sige lang, ma'am.
Go!
I don't know if I'll just be blabbering for a few minutes, pero bear with me. Pero kasi ano nga ulit yung tanong? Then joke lang.
Explain
Kasi
laws
diba,
of proximity with proportions.
kasi as very social people, not just the 6 of us. No, there may be some of us who parang tend to be more introvert or ambivert for some reason, and for some occasions as well. No, the laws of proximity equates then kasi it's not only kasi other people would think of the proximity in itself na you tend to be close to people kasi while you are the type of person who may want to be close with other people, you may also be another type of person who wants to enjoy your own solace space. I think that also equates to how proximity would matter to you kasi ano nga ulit yung tanong? Joke lang.
Sasagot mo naman.
Hindi.
New takeaway, solace.
What I wanted to say lang is on how you want to be with and enjoy the company of other people. It's something na tells so much about you on how GSP is a good show.
Yes.
Hindi, sorry.
Yeah.
Alam mo lang yung train of thought ko, pero yun.
Yeah, we got it. I got it naman.
Okay. Sige. Shout out daw, Jubayo Soriano. Hello.
Na nga yun. Baka gusto niya galing sa'yo.
Ay,
Shout
hello
out mo.
po.
Oh, yeah! Kapag ganun ka lang, Hello po. Ganon.
Hello po.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah. Yes!
Oy, gusto ko na gumawa tayo ng poll, tapos nilagyan natin sa Twitter, no?
Ito na, may poll na talaga siya, mama. Ito, ipopost
Yes,
na.
I just saw it. So, that's in relation to our next question, guys. Ano ba yung thoughts nyo on the finale? how will it end?
Oh no.
Oh my gosh.
Ako siguro, I'll go with
Realistically
the
or idealistically?
Um, siguro I'll go with the conventional. May iba lang. Hindi- or, kasi, I mean, we've talked about it, and I think we've discussed, especially in the previous episode, I think that they have a lot to work on separately. So most
Yeah.
likely, they will not end up together in this finale. But if they end up together, okay rin lang. It just depends on how it's going to be explained. Kasi, di ba, parang that was a big issue, and they really need to work on themselves first before they actually parang solidify that relationship. So for me, they're not gonna end up together, and I think there will be a second season. Don't quote me on that though, because there are no final details yet. But if they don't end up together, if they end up together, that's okay too, because that's usually what happens. Yun sa akin.
Ako, I agree with
Hi, John
Ima.
Paul.
My friend and I already had this discussion about the GSP ending. And yes, I think they won't end up together, at least for the season. Sorry, clown ako. Maasa talaga ako sa season 2. Pero kasi Carl still has a lot of issues pa eh. Parang, he's obviously still not ready to be in a relationship. And then, parang medyo hindi rin pa niya kilala yung sarili niya eh. So I think he has to fix that first. And then maybe also, actually before din pa that he has this issue pa with his course. Parang he wanted to transfer to film from architecture. So, sobrang dami pang kailangan i-resolve. So, umaasa talaga ako sa season 2. I don't think we can resolve all of those issues in one episode. So, yeah, my bet is on them not ending up together, at least for this season. And I'm okay with it.
Okay.
I'm okay with that. It's okay to be okay with that.
Yes.
Diba?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, ang question ko, Miss Yesh, may role ka pa ba sa season 2? Charot.
Wala, nag-move out na siya eh.
And then, ikaw ba yung anak doon? Ikaw ba anak ni Anna doon?
Miss Yesh, baka naman meron kang share about the shooting for season 2.
Oo nga. Paayuda ka naman dyan.
Mag-split ka din.
Yun naman ang story.
I know, nag-graduate na pala si Ana kasi trabaho na siya at saka diba, yung prom buntis. So, graduate na pala siya. Pero I think they're still in the same
Tapos
org.
graphic design na
Kasi
siya.
they mentioned that, diba? Right? Yeah, we don't know if we're gonna see her again.
I hope she still appears. Hopefully.
Kasi she's like, I mean, not to compare, but she's like the pearl of the couple.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Mikey.
Yeah.
Sabi mo the pearl. So naisip ko
Buko Wi-Fi is real.
Yeah, hindi ko Pearl of the Ocean. Yeah, tama.
Yeah.
Okay, ayun naman guys.
Okay, Maya, take it away.
Facilitate sa moderator.
Take it away.
Okay, I will. Pwede pong dine in, charot.
Sige lang.
Siguro, naman, I will try to paint the positive picture. I'm hoping na magkakatuloy sila at the ending. My prediction will be, since it's their families that cause them to have their own issues and to rift away from each other, I hope and pray that it will be their families naman who will encourage them to get glued back together, kumbaga. So parang they will have their resolutions with their families, and in a way, their families should also help them get back together. I hope.
Right.
Pero touching din yung ending because I know we all are suckers for a good
Yeah.
and killing ending.
Yeah.
Of course, of course.
So,
Yes.
Yes. And the last song will be
Ako,
sung by Ian.
sung by Ian. Sana. Siya ba talaga? Confirm na yun?
Oh, yay!
yeah.
Think ko, kasi may tweet or post na nagre-record si Ian ng
There's a
song and
picture, yeah.
he's
Yeah.
wearing a Gaya's
Ah.
Pelikula shirt. So parang feeling ko it's a
Yeah.
recent photo. So ayan.
Tapos,
Okay,
what
so-
song will he
And
sing though? What
actually,
song will he sing?
Juan Miguel Severo
By-
he posted that
Bayan ko. Char.
I think it was mentioned.
Foolish Heart.
Emotions.
Ano yung
The
medyo-
moment, ganon. Emotion. Maria. Oh God. Diyos ko.
Kilometro. Ano yan? Sarah Geronimo.
Kilometer 0.
Di ba yung
Yun
kay
din
Sarah
ang
Julia? Kilometro.
Feeling ko magtatala siya.
Ala,
Feeling
ano
ko talaga.
Okay,
Uy,
guys.
sa ibang series yun.
Talaga.
Oo.
Baka naman my way kasi alam mo yun. May sarili siyang buhay.
So for our 50,000 viewers, comment down below kung ano sa tingin niyo kakantahin nila sa finale.
56 na po sila.
Actually, ano na?
56,000 na. Oh my God.
Magandang question
Oh
yun
my
sa
God.
atin. Magandang
Ano yun?
question yun. Tayo pipili ng OST ng GSP. Ano?
O bago natin sagutin, pasagutin muna natin si Lance kung ano yung tingin niya mangyayari.
Oo nga naman.
Go!
guys.
Kala ko kinalimutan niya na ako. Ayun, I think naman, parang I'm picturing it na they'll get to resolve their individual issues, yung mga personal issues and problems nila, na Vlad's gonna be accepting to wait, and Carl's be parang accepting who he is. Pero at the end of the series, we're gonna hear Ian's song, and we're gonna be left in a cliffhanger, where they're just facing each other. We don't know if they're gonna be together or not.
Yeah.
Parang ganun. Parang yung nakabitin ka sa gitna na parang are they gonna be together or not? And to find out, maybe if there's an episode, season 2, sana.
Uy, parang gusto ko yung ganong ending, Lance. Parang mag-piggyback talaga ako doon. Kasi parang feeling ko, kung paano mag-isip yung writer natin, di ba? So parang, ayan, hello? Naglalag.
Yes.
Ako ba naglalag?
No, si Mikey.
Okay. Ayan. So, I think ganun yung mangyayari. May cliffhanger talaga. Hindi siya magiging clear eh. Parang it will be left to us kung ano magiging ending at the end of the day eh. Diba? So, I think I'm fine with that. Kasi that will leave something eh, sa atin. Diba? And it's nice. Diba? Kasi usually pag magandang ending, parang ay nice, and then makakalimutan na. Or kung pangit man or kung tragic man, shocks, nakakainis. Pero pag medyo open-ended yung ending, parang, oh my gosh, maaalala ng tao yan eh. Whether magkakaroon ng season 2 or hindi, at least andun siya, mananatili. Mananatili. Gusto ko yung word na yun. Yun lang. Yeah.
Ako naman, kasi for me, nakikita ko kasi na somehow yung story arc ni Anna is somehow medyo nag-come into full circle. I don't know if it's just me who sees it that way. Pero I'm really hoping na lalabas pa siya. But yes, dalawa yung Ange.
Oo, bakit nagdalaw si Ange?
Nakakatakot.
Yes.
Doppelganger na isa.
Doppelganger.
Ayan. Wala tuloy ako. Ayan, anyway. While kasi there are a lot of parang I cannot call them issues, pero there are a lot of questions pa na were left unanswered, and I think if they try to answer them in one episode, it would be not in their favor. I don't know, in the context of how well they put out each episode. So parang if in the finale episode, if they just answer all these questions ng bara-bara, parang I would kind of feel na are they rushing or parang are they no longer taking their time, but I know naman na I'm really hopeful, and I have my full trust. Ang kapal ng mukha, ako pa talaga yung nagtiwala, pero I have my full trust in them na they will not rush these scenes kasi they savor each lesson, and that they tell the viewers. So feeling ko hindi matatapos yung kwento. It would be, I would agree, it would be a cliffhanger. So one of the major cliffhangers would be not Carl and Vlad not ending up together. Kasi for me, piggybacking on Carl,
Piggyback.
de joke lang. Piggybacking on Carl.
Piggybacking.
Piggybacking on Carl's character kasi he's the type of person, as I see it, he's the type of person who values family very much, clearly so. Ang pangit ng grammar, pero you get my point. Na he at the last episode, no, he sheltered pa and went back to his shell nung nakita niya yung photo ng parents niya. So feeling ko i-explore pa yung, ako talaga yung scriptwriter, ang kapal ng mukha ko, pero feeling ko i-explore pa yung parents side ni Carl. So I think if they will end up together, that would be kinda, akala ko ba you value your parents this much? Parang gano'n. It would kinda raise my eyebrow somehow. Konting-konti lang naman. Yan. Right. And on Vlad naman, feeling ko naman hindi pa tapos talaga yung kwento kasi hindi pa natin nakikita si X. I mean, curious ako sino si X.
Sabi daw nila baka si Piolo daw.
Oh my God.
Hindi naman. I lang nila yung photo na magkakasama sila, di ba?
Oh my God. So older man.
Feeling ko
Oo. Overexcited lang sila. Maybe.
Feeling ko hindi matatapos yung kwento. But I'm hoping for a very juicy ending of the first season. I'm really hopeful for a second season. Pero hopefully juicy siya in a point na parang, na parang there are questions left unanswered, but we are very happy with it. Kasi there are a lot of series na bitin, tas tayo yung parang, bayan, bitin, nakakainis. Parang ganun. We have those feelings with other series. Pero with GSP kasi on how they gave the viewers the busog na sinsin na kwento in every episode. So parang if they do not share the whole story yet, parang it's okay kasi it's parang they did the writing so well. So parang as if they leave some questions unanswered pa, it would make us feel na would want to have the second season, would give us a parang hindi man expectation, pero would give us an understanding on where they could start the second season. So it's somehow for me na hindi natapos yung kwento sa season 1, pero the story goes further na the start of the season 2 would not start ng labo-labo. I don't know if I'm making sense. So parang this is season 1, this is season 2. I don't know, maybe the end of the story na binigay nila as of now is mapupunta dito sa gitna. So, hindi malayo yung leap to the second season kasi there are a lot of series na sobrang layo ng leap. So, parang as if you're watching an entirely new series, no? So, ayun. Lang pala, no? Sorry, ang kapal ng mukha ko. Pinag-usapan ko pa yung season 2. Kala mo writer ako. Okay. Go.
Pakibasa. Maki.
Jenard Cara? Yes, I have feelings with Mark. Ano ba? Sorry.
This is si Wilson to, diba? Wilson ba? Si Wilson to, diba? Is it Wilson?
Yung ginagawa yung sisters. Warren.
Wilson! Si Wilson? I don't know.
Wilson, go.
Si Warren! I'm sorry. Warren pala.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing the same views with what I said earlier.
Grabe na. May nag-claim na sa'yo.
Gusto mo yun? Oo.
Kailangan may fans club na yan.
Yes.
Yeah. True.
Warren, nagawa ka na doon ng fans club niya. Pakilagay yung hashtag.
President, Vice President na kami.
Oo. Feeling ko si Angela yung president ng fans club.
Yeah.
Oy, pero
Apply ka.
maganda yung question ni Ange kanina naman as ender ng itong special session natin. What would be the best OST for Gaya sa pelikula? Para sa inyo.
Sorry, wait lang. May isa
Sige
pa
lang.
nag-comment.
Yes,
12:20.
nabasa ko rin yun.
12:20. Sino
Si
to?
Itzy ba to?
From Itzy.
Yes,
yeah.
Etsy.
Itzy uli. Question. Oh my God.
Pwede ka na mag-yes.
Oo.
Yeah. Thank you, Itzy.
Yes.
Ayan po.
Pwede ka na mag-stunt double.
Yeah, I'll apply. That's stunt double. Ano stunt?
Yeah.
Stunt daw.
Pagtatalon siya sa building, ganyan. Okay?
True. Wait lang. Parang gusto kong, wait, asan na ba yun? Hindi ko na mahanap. Ito. Ayan. I-flash muna natin yan.
Ay.
Tapos, pak. Ganon. Oh.
Yes.
Hello po. Yun. There you go. Oh, at dahil natutuwa na kayo dyan, let's donate for dun sa beneficiary natin, buyaplant.buildahome.com. Andyan po sa baba if you want to donate for our beneficiary. Yes.
Yeah. We'll share the details po sa social media so you guys can also see the full details niya of the whole information of the beneficiary of not only for this episode because I think we will be pushing for the cause in some other more videos and to come. No, that's our way of helping not only Catanduanes but also helping then the community by building a home for our brothers and sisters who are affected by the typhoon. Okay.
Yes.
Uy, balikan natin yung tanong ni Ash, ni Yash. Char.
Yes.
Which tanong?
Ito, what would be the best OST for Gaya sa pelikula para sa'yo?
Oh my gosh.
What song do we add to that or what? What's our favorite song?
The whole series, like how do if there's one song that can describe the whole series.
Yeah. Pero nag-iisip din ako.
Actually, guys, it's a rhetorical question. So, hindi nyo kailangan sagutin.
Ay, okay.
Charot lang. Oh, charot lang. Joke lang.
Sorry. Kasi ang hirap mag-isip.
Oo. Ano po yung mga kanta?
Wait lang, maghanap ako sa Spotify. Teka lang.
Ako din.
Wala naman sila binibigay. May Paubaya ni Moira. Istorya by the Juans. Ano pa ba?
May mga suggest dito. Oh.
Istorya by the Ones. Ah, yeah.
Uy.
Very
Paganda yun.
Yeah. Pwede,
Sabi ni
pwede.
Itzy, mine po yung naka-white. Sorry lang po. Dalawa yung naka-white.
Sino sa kanila? Dalawa pa naka-white.
Yung lower,
Yours na po.
yung middle,
Ito po ba?
upper.
Yellow po. Yellow and white.
Ito po. So, pili na po tayo, no?
Yes.
Ay, uy, may
Gaya
usually
plan,
done
build
na
a home.
I think it's really you, Mark. May VP tsaka VP. May president and VP na yung fans club ni Mark.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Si Dan gusto ng meet and greet. Lahat ba? Or isa lang? Sabihin mo na.
Sino? Si Dan? Ayan.
Si Dan Micarl.
Okay.
Fans ba
Baka
na
Michael.
Nino ng GSP?
Anong BBS?
ng BBS?
Sa bagay. Oo nga naman.
O, diba?
Baka GSP.
Saan?
Baka GSP.
Sa sa SM Appliance Center sa Abenson, may meet and greet yung mga fans doon. Mga demo unit.
Fans, oh my God, ngayon ko lang nakuha. Oh my God, hindi lang wifi yung buhok ko, pati utak ko buhok na, guys. Guys, 12:25
Binabagyo kasi tayo ngayon.
Oh my God.
Mag-organize ba tayo ng ng fans meet-up?
Yes.
I don't know. Parang masyado bang presumptuous na mag-fans? Kasi parang, I don't consider these people fans eh. Parang we're like,
They're friends.
Neighbors, friends,
no,
classmates.
Countryman. Yes.
BL buddies.
Ah,
Correct. Watch buddies.
yes.
We're watch buddies.
BL enthusiasts.
Yes! Gusto ko yung
Alam mo
watch
yun?
buddies.
I only have one fan. And this is the fan I love.
Netflix and chill buddies.
Ayun.
Charot.
Yun lang. Ayan.
O baka naman
Guys.
nakapaisip na tayo ng
Alauna na.
kanta, guys.
Hindi ba si Ange yung ano na yung vote niya? Yung Samson, yung You Are My Sweetest Downfall.
Yeah.
Right.
Oo, sobrang ganda no.
And for that tomorrow.
Ay, wait. Nakaisip lang to.
Ayan. Tahimik na.
So yun na yung kanta.
Oh, diba? Oh, yun na yun.
Pwede na yun. Pwede na yun actually. Siguro pag-isipan natin para next time, meron na tayong ready. Na,
Ay, ako, so, bida-bida, may sagot bigla.
Sure, naisip na rin ako.
Sige lang.
Kasi ikaw.
Kasi I don't know if it encapsulates, like, it gives the meaning to the whole series. No? Pero there's this particular scene, not inside the series, pero yun sa mga after credits, there's this one split second na scene na binigay ni Carl yung remote control kay Vlad. So it's really symbolic for me. So I want to grow old with you. I want to vote for grow old with you. Kasi, diba? So, yun, feeling ko grow old with you yung, for me, would be a good, not, feeling ko hindi naman OST, pero one song that would parang match yung feels ng mga song na nilagay nila. Kasi I believe they put them there for a reason. So, yes. Naalala ko lang kasi yung line specifically na even let you hold the remote control. Tas, yeah. Ay, tsaka yung ano yung do the dishes. Parang it's very symbolic din on how malaking part ng story yung ang weird pero ang malaking part ng story yung hugasin nila. So, parang, yeah. So, it brings the story to not only in the screen pero nagta-transcend siya outside the screen. So it brings the story to our own households kasi it makes them more relatable on how they incorporated these small details and how we relate to them. So that's why we love them so much more in every after episode. So
So ayan na yung details ng song. So it was written by Juan Miguel Severo and performed by
oh my God, Kilometer Zero. Oh no.
I need to listen to that song.
Bakit
Do you have it? That's the middle of the.
Yeah, that's the center of everything.
Kilometro Zero.
Charlotte. Wait, guys, have you heard Kalawakan by Music Hero? That's a really good song.
I did.
I think that would be very nice too. Pero, syempre nakagawa na sila ng own song nila. So, most likely they'll use
mukhang yun eh.
I mean, they will.
Pero agree din ako kay Jenard na I like Umaga by the Juans. Kasi I feel like the Juans would fit perfectly with their lineup in GSP.
Very true. Yeah. Oh my God, pinagtat po pero di
Sorry, may nakita akong comment. Sandali.
Okay, sige. Take your time dito. We have 2 hours.
Does it have to do with the song or...
Maki.
Ayan,
mahal. Dayang daw by Britney Spears. Mama.
Sa Britney Spears.
Go, Mikey, kaya mo yan. Hindi ko alam yan, Mikey. Kaya mo kanta.
Kabisado ko yan.
I don't think I've heard that.
Di ba yun? Papiri.
Pero Britney Spears daw.
Yeah.
No, I think it's different. I think... No. I think it's just...
Gusto ko yan!
Love it.
Oh my
My
God.
day! Gusto ko
So,
yan!
it was like, is that Jimmy Fallon yun, di ba? Yung may gano'n. Let's do that sometime. In our
Yan!
Yeah.
Gusto ko yun.
Yeah.
Yes,
Gusto ko
gagawin
din
natin
yun.
yan.
Ay, sorry. So, ibig sabihin kakanta tayo? Wag na pala.
Oo.
Oo.
Ay,
Hindi tayo kakanta,
okay lang
pero
sa akin.
sasayaw tayo. Sasayaw daw tayo, imbis na kakanta. Charot.
Kakanta na lang ako. Kung ano yung
Basta
mga
mag-donate
request
sila.
ng mga nasa... Uy,
Wait
pwede.
lang.
Diba? Pahiyain natin
May
sarili
comment?
natin pero may donation sila.
True!
Ay, oo.
Diba?
Okay, yun.
For Catanduanes.
Screenshot.
Yes! Yes. Natawa ako sa comment ni Ross Marquez. I think this is related to Petro's comment. Sabi niya, very domestic daw yung song. Ito ba yun?
Oh my God.
Natawa naman ako. Ayan.
Yun.
I mean, naisip ako isang song. Pero bago lang siya.
So,
Have
okay na
you
ba
heard
tayo?
of,
Ano yun?
yung
Sige lang.
song by Ben and Ben, Di Ka Sayang. It's a new song of Ben.
Ah, yes. I was thinking of that too.
Share
Isn't it in the...
I think hindi.
Ito ba yun?
I think they only
Parang na-mention
got
some...
Ride Home. I think they only got Ride Home based on what JMS tweeted, that they got Ride Home for free. Yeah, they got Ride Home for free. Yeah. Yung una dapat ata discounted. Pero
Sorry, natawa ako sa
Pero comment to. Ay nako, Warren. Ko.
Hi.
Wilson, ano ba naman yan, Wilson?
So,
Magbasa na lang tayo lahat ng comments.
Uy, Hannah! Hi, Hannah! You're here.
Where's Hannah?
Where's Hannah? Si Warren yun, di ba?
12:31. 12:31.
12:31.
Oh, is that Warren? Oh my God. Sorry. I thought it was Hannah from the BL group that you guys mentioned.
Yes.
A different Hannah. Okay.
Si Warren.
Nagahang na talaga yung utak ko.
I'll never go.
I'll
Never go.
Di ba new colors yan? Far away from you.
Bye! Kumanta na.
Even the sky will tell you that I need you so. Sorry.
Yes.
Nanalo na po. Sa kanya na po ang corona.
Guys, inaantok na ako.
At dahil dyan, mag-outro na tayo, no?
Tapos na?
Nice.
Tapos na talaga.
Tapos na.
At saka
Yes,
ito yung
napag-sign.
finale. Inuman. To yung inuman, diba? Sa finale.
Yes. We'll do our inuman next week. Tama?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sabay natin yan with the finale. So,
yes.
yeah.
So we'll continue our inuman next
Yes.
Today was
Yes.
Yes.
And we
Hopefully
might
next
have
week will be
yes.
CS daw.
We'll see. Si Yash. Ito si Yash.
Ayan, si Yash. Correct.
Hopefully next week we'll be in a more celebratory mood, no? With all that's happening. So we hope na next week with the finale of GSP, we will be able to toast a drink. So we can make a toast and eye to eye, just like Yesh here. Mata sa mata. Eye to eye.
Correct.
Yes.
Yesh.
Yes.
So mamaya talaga. Okay, again, on behalf of the Bruhaha B Squad, we would like to thank everyone for joining us in our session today, especially to those who have donated or is planning to donate. Thank you. And parting words for tonight, siguro. Yes. Let us all Let us all be Katiuna great during these times. Let's see situations with a silver lining and assets where we could give something, where we could provide
To provide
something.
something. And also
And
as a
let's teach,
spokesperson.
let's teach each other to be grateful. And we'll have
Okay.
an amazing joke lang. Pero yun, we've all been through a lot. So let's help each other out and we can do this. We can go through this.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yes.
Also, for those who
Yes.
are new to our channel, we do after chat sessions on different series, mostly BL. But if you want to get entertained by people chit chatting for 3 hours, feel free to subscribe. Thank you.
Yes, and just to let you guys know, tomorrow, Saturday, we are going to be doing a talk. We're going to do the second part of our Soji series. So if you want to join in on the conversation, we are going to talk about microaggressions, and we are going to have special guests. So watch out for that.
Yes.
Check our social media for updates. That's it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you very much, everyone. Have a good night. Happy weekend.
Please,
Happy weekend, happy
please donate. Just
Please
buy
donate.
plants and build a home.
Catanduanes.
Yeah.
Happy weekend.
Stay safe. Be kind to one another. Glenn.